we good now? That took a while. I apologize. I was having some problems with my internet connection, so I had to go reset the router. Oh. So yeah, that happened. Let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a link and toss it in the Discord just in case anybody missed it, and go ahead and toss out the ping. I would really love to get a bot set up for this. I really would. I can't program it myself. I don't know how to access YouTube's API, and I don't even know what scripting language I would use. Plus, that would mean it'd be something else I would have to set up every time I set up my computer, unless I set up a Raspberry Pi, which, actually, I do have a Raspberry Pi now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe I should just do that. I don't know. But give me a sec, guys. We'll be ready to go in a minute. Again, I apologize for the wait. Alright, let me go ahead and paste that. I'll just drop the link in a couple places where my friends chill, because I know that they're generally around to watch me stream. Okay, are we good? That doesn't go in there. That does not go in the meme. Well, it kind of goes in the memes page, but that's not where I'm supposed to put it. Excuse me. Alright, what's up, Walker Pierce? How you doing, man? I saw you in Jeff's chat earlier, Jeff Estopheles. By the way, anybody who's out there, Jeff Estopheles over on Twitch, check him out. Solid dude, he's playing Dicey Dungeons right now. The stream's original start time was set to like 4:35 CST. You kidding me? What happened there? Because I could have sworn that I set this one right the first time. Details. Yeah, what the fuck? I don't know why it was set to that. That doesn't even make sense. 10 a.m. We had trouble saving your video. Retry in 5 seconds. I wonder if it's just because I'm going live. Whatever. We're here. What is up, guys? How you guys doing? Everybody's in here. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Lazy D, Litwick, Walker Pierce, everybody, how you guys doing? We're, so we got the reason I didn't know what I was gonna do today. Well, firstly, the reason that I'm late is because my internet connection just decided it was just not having it today. Whatever was happening. Like, I tried it 3 different times to reset my connection. I restarted my computer to see if it might have been an issue with upload speeds from the computer on the CPU end. Nope. It was like half of the bit rate that I would normally get. And so you were basically going to drop half the frames. Well, probably more than half the frames, but regardless. I was playing, so I went downstairs and had to reset the router, and everything's all good now, it seems. No drop frames yet. I can almost guarantee you we're going to drop something, but it's all good. So the reason I didn't know what I was going to play today is because I was waiting on a very particular piece of tech that happened to arrive in the mail yesterday evening. So what I've got, and I can't really show it because it's plugged in. Well, you know what? Here, we'll do funny camera. Here, you guys get to see my hand for a sec. Here. Uh-oh. Never mind. Okay. It's all good. We're still here. Give me a sec. I'll fix it. Why'd it crash? I, like, picked it up. I think it had a panic attack. I don't know. That thing. That thing right there. This thing. That's a retro tink. Please remember to feed the hamster in your PC. Yeah, I know. It's been a couple weeks now. It feels bad, man. But anyway, shove this back in here. By the way, anybody who doesn't know, I literally just use my phone as a camera on stream. It works pretty decently, actually, and the software for it's not atrocious. It's not great, but it's not atrocious. Camera went, oop. Yeah. Camera decided it wasn't having it today. But yeah, I literally just have my phone plugged into my PC, and that's my camera. But yeah, so we got a little thing called a retro tink here. For those who don't know, actually, you know what? I can probably do better for this. Let me swap inputs real quick on here. So a retro tank is effectively a it's a converter box, like the converter box that you see in like TVs. You know how like it's an analog to digital converter box. So like on the backs of TVs, when you see those old inputs, like the old like yellow, white, red, or if you're in the EU, then RGB SCART cables, things like that. Like it takes those analog signals and converts them into digital signals that work over HDMI. Yeah, the phone. That's the thing, Mike. Most phone cameras are good. This is a budget phone. Like it works fine. Well, budget. Let's be real. Most phones are not budget nowadays. And that's just how it is. But yeah. So I've been waiting on the retro tank. And the retro tank is basic. It's a converter box. It's a very specialized converter box. It has 0 lag, and it's going to be playing. Or it's going to be. This is what's going to be running all my retro consoles. I'm going to be plugging all my retro consoles into this thing. It's going to be run through the HDMI converter and then into my capture card. So I still get to use my same high quality capture card, and I get a nice high quality upscaled image. By upscaled, I mean like it'll take the resolution of the image and make it bigger, effectively. So yeah, that's what I was waiting on, and I'm very glad that I got it for a couple reasons, but mostly because I don't have a TV up here in my room that lets me play my retro consoles anymore, and so having a converter box now is what I've been wanting to get for a long time. Because my TV went up and I was no longer able to play my retro consoles for a very long time, probably like 3-4 months. And so I'm glad to have that again, and now I can play it on this nice, massive 27-inch monitor with 0 lag. I can't complain. The reason I specifically want 0 lag is because, well, I still like running Spyro every now and then. I still like speedrunning Spyro, even though I can't really do speedrun timers properly on Linux. Well, I'm sure I could, but it'd be a different thing. But yeah, I'm happy with what I got, you know. What's up, Buttercup? How you doing? We are here chilling. I got my new converter box in, my new analog to digital converter box, new retro tank in, so we can start playing some of our older consoles. I got the PS2 hooked up right now. I got Spyro in the disc tray, and we're gonna vibe with that for a little bit. But first, I figured we'd have a little bit of fun. So how many of you guys have heard of the game 6 Clicks to Hitler? So I've been playing that kind of recently, a couple times in the past week, and I was sitting down with Luke yesterday, and we started playing, except Luke would just pick a random, very specific niche actor that I have no idea about because I'm not a film buff. And we would just try and get from whatever random Wikipedia page to that actor. So I have a different proposal today. Are you saying you might get a Spyro speedrun stream? Possibly. If I really feel like I want to get back into Spyro speedrunning, I can absolutely do that now. Oh no. Walker Pierce says, oh no. And I agree, that would be the response that most people would have, and that's the response I would expect. Game sounds awesome, I've never heard of it. So the game itself doesn't require any consoles, it just requires access to a browser that can access Wikipedia and click on links. So we're going to be playing a little bit of that right now. Let me check some things really quick. There we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and swap over. 6 Clicks to Hitler is great. 6 Clicks to Hitler is such a fucking mess of a game. So I have a slightly different proposal. I don't know why. Hold up. Why are things being wonky? Come on, man. You can do it. What is happening? Screen capture. Come on. Maybe it's in the wrong spot. Hold up. Reset transform. There we go. Yeah, something wasn't in the right spot there. There we go. Alright, so we got some 6 Clicks to Hitler going, but we're not going to be doing 6 Clicks to Hitler, okay? I'm going to hit random on 2 articles. Alright, we're going to do this for a little bit. You guys are welcome to help. That's what we're going to do for a little bit here. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger for this in particular. Alright, so what we're gonna be doing, 6 clicks to Bob Ross. We can do Bob Ross. Hey, if you guys want to pick out the gold, then we can do that too. But my idea was, we're gonna hit random article and 2 articles, and I'm gonna try to get between those 2 articles as quickly as I can. Okay? I'm gonna hit random on this one, see what article name it is, and then go over to this one and start messing with it. Because this shit's funny. This shit's a good time. Alright, so... and I'm going to try and talk through my thought process for how I do a lot of this, because there's definitely some weird... segues that work pretty well sometimes. I remember the random Wikipedia article thing. Yeah. So let's start off... Let's do Bob Ross, actually. I like the idea of doing Bob Ross. So, like, let's get from a random Wikipedia article to Bob Ross. Samuel Schatzman was a Swiss equestrian. He won a silver medal in team dressage at the 1988 Summer Olympics in Seoul, along with Otto Josef Hofer, Christine Stuckelberger. I don't know actually how you're supposed to say that. And Daniel Ramsayer. He won on Rokus the silver medal in the team dressage. Okay, so we're just looking at links. Long story short here. So, Bob Ross, as far as I'm aware, he was an American. He was in the military. He was a lieutenant at the time. I think he was a lieutenant. He might have been, no, he was a drill sergeant, sorry. Before he swapped over to art. So I don't know a ton about Bob Ross as a personal thing other than that. So this is going to be kind of hard. So my personal thought here is going to be... We've got a couple random people that aren't going to be related. We've got Seoul, South Korea. We've got, yeah, Summer Olympic stuff and dressage for horses. This is hard. I think we're going to have to go to Switzerland. I think I understand how this game works. So yeah, you hit a random article, and then within X amount of clicks, you want to try and get to the thing that you're trying to get to in as few clicks as possible. Hitler's really easy because you can basically link pretty much anything to World War II at some point. Like, I'm sure I could go down to Switzerland. Like, if I go down to history here, and I go to modern history, World War I, Nazi Germany. You could go Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler. Like, that's 3 clicks from whatever article we were on to Hitler. So that's how this works. But we're doing it to Bob Ross, so slightly different idea here. So I think that we need to get to either art or the US. So let's try going for art. Let's go to literature, media. So culture, media. Imagine Bob Ross being your drill sergeant, telling you you're an awful person, less than norm, and then 10 years later, the same guy's being adorable, painting on TV. Apparently, he fucking hated it from from the little bit that I know about him. He, like, did not like, at some point, he just had a very sudden change of nature and was like, I really hate doing this. This sucks. And you know what? Understandable, man. It's depressing. So, culture, European culture, Alpine culture, ski resorts, Alphorn. So it's music. The Mantra Jazz Festival might not be a bad place to start. Art. We'll try it. That's 2. I'm not going to explicitly say we got to get there in 6 clicks because I don't know this very well. But we'll try. Art Basel is a for-profit, privately owned and managed international art fair stage annually in Basel, Switzerland. Yeah, this might have been a bad click. Canceled because of the coronavirus pandemic. It did take place this year, or last year, I suppose. Buenos Aires, BMW, Kickstarter, nonprofits. Nonprofits might not be a bad place to go. This is hard, yeah, Mike. This is not an easy game. You gotta have a pretty good general knowledge of things. 6 clicks to Rebecca Black. Okay, we can do Rebecca Black next. Hold on. The other night, or yet last night, Luke and I tried to get to the from a random article to the Dave Matthews Band Chicago River incident, I gotta tell you, I don't know if that's possible, because I don't know if any articles directly link to that, unless they're linked to the Dave Matthews Band. You can't get there from Chicago. Alright, so, non-profit organization. Is there, like, a list of some kind? Legal status in Finland and Germany.
Free.
Public charities, private foundations. That's tax shit. Profit motive. We could go to the US. The Wikimedia Foundation. The IRC. Yeah. Founders Syndrome. Accounting fraud. Yeah, this is a bad pick. Let's just keep moving and see what we can get. I'm not going to count clicks. This is what, like 3? Yeah, I'm not going to bother counting clicks. So... I don't know where Bob Ross was born. I don't know enough about Bob Ross to be able to do this one, honestly. Unless we can get out to art somehow, but that's going to take a while. We could go to, like, I saw the USA on here somewhere. But yeah, the idea here is that you're basically scanning for whatever links. You're trying to connect one thing to another thing. The problem is not everything on Wikipedia is a link. Most of the important ones are, but there's a lot of things that just aren't linked properly. And so sometimes you can find connections, but you can't actually click on them because there's no link there. I'm just going to look up USA. I saw it on here earlier. There we go. Bob Ross commits tax fraud. Yes, of course. What do we got going on here? So if we look at culture, literature, philosophy, and visual art. Georgia O'Keeffe, Hudson River School, Transcendentalists, Nobel Prize in Literature. This is mostly older historical figures. Visual art of the United States. Bob Ross is an American treasure. Is he not mentioned on the America Wikipedia page? That's treason. Hold on. Just out of curiosity. No, he's not mentioned. So take that as you will. I think that that is, in fact, an action against the American people. But I agree. Bob Ross is incredibly good, but this is talking more about very historical figures. So if we look at after abstract expressionism, I think that'll probably be a little bit closer. Not that Bob Ross himself really made anything phenomenal with his art. He mostly made impressionist pieces. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know. He wasn't necessarily an influential artist in himself. Control F for Bob Ross. Hey, look, I don't like to use Control F too much on these. Although if we wanted to speedrun, I'm sure we could just use Control F. Yeah, no, I got you. I got you, Walker Pierce. Jim Nutt. It's a good name. He's still alive. He was born in 1938. He's, what, 80 now? Jeez. So these are going to be in alphabetical order by last name, I think. So, Man Ray. I didn't know there was anybody named Man Ray. I feel bad for this dude now. Mystery intensifies. What's happening, Alex? We're playing some 6 clicks to Bob Ross. I'm not bothering to keep track anymore because it's genuinely hard to find like links to Bob Ross in particular because I don't know much about him. DMB should be in the first paragraph. You mean DMX? Because that'd be way funnier. Control F for big articles. Yeah, that's true. For really big articles, 100% agreed. No Bob Ross. So if there's no Bob Ross here, let's have C also. We can try for art education in the United States. You guys are welcome to chime in with ideas, by the way. I don't know much about Bob Ross, so I'm not really able to do a ton here. So since World War II... See, I was going down this route because I figured that Bob Ross might be in the education section because he did, like, just do public access shows. Fuck. Okay, can we get the public access without hitting back? The answer is probably yeah, because the U.S. Department of Education's right here. Later history. I always forget that Lyndon B. Johnson's middle name is Baines. Evil! There you go. Bob Ross has been around the whole place. I think he was stationed in Alaska. Yes, that I'm aware of that much. So we could go out to the United States and then back into Alaska. Yeah. I don't know if there's an actual link to the US in here, so let's just... I don't care about number of clicks anymore. We're just going to go back out to the United States through this. So we can go to Alaska, and I'm just going to... Alaska. And then we go to... There should be like a notable individuals or something. See also, that's not going to be it. Land ownership, statehood, demographics, public health and safety, Alaskan film and on television, education. Alaska has had a problem with a brain drain. Many of its young people, including most of its highest academic achievers, leave the state after high school graduation and do not return. Yeah, that sounds right. It's kind of a nowhere place. Just looked up Bob Ross, who was born in Daytona Beach. Never knew he was born in a Sega arcade game. Daytona. Hold on, where the fuck is... I need to go find something now. Oh, here. Let me pull it up on... I'll just pull it up on here. I'll pull it up on the actual thing that's... Hold up. Silva Gunner. It's like one of my favorite Silva Gunner tracks. Here we go, guys. Somebody took this and just mixed it into Schatzman. It's really funny. I don't know why I find this in particular so entertaining, but it's a good time. There's Al Pacino. You might be able to get him in here. Al Pacino, Rob Williams, MGM, Louis Mayer. Yeah, I'm not seeing him. I mean, like, we can always just do the classic. Yeah. No Bob Ross. So, so this was a mistake to go to. I'm actually going to hit the back button here. Just because I don't think that we're going to get much out of this page, unfortunately. See if we can do, like, public access. No. So we could go to Florida, go to Daytona Beach. Like Bitta was saying. Because that's definitely enough for me to get there. I just didn't know shit about Bob Ross. This is the problem. Like, sometimes you just don't know anything about a guy. You think you know a guy. No, I'm kidding. So we just go Florida. Florida. Watch Bob Ross have 0 outgoing or incoming links on his page. Yeah, it's just like a very blank page with nothing on it. That was what it was like trying to find The Dave Matthews Band Chicago River incident. There were plenty of links on the page, but you couldn't find those links anywhere else. Let me see. So if we go to cities and towns, list of metropolitan areas in Florida. Deltona, Daytona Beach, Ormond Beach, and then we go to Daytona Beach into notable residents. Bob Ross. Good call, Bitta. Good call. Okay, Rebecca Black is somebody else who I know absolutely nothing about, so I think getting a random article here is going to be a hell of a time. I don't have anything to say about this one. This is some fucking Eurovision song. Like, out of nowhere. I don't know. How do you get to Rebecca Black from here? Because I'd imagine we'd have to get back into music somehow. But we're already kind of there, but there's no good links to, like, just the music on here. We could go to Eurovision. That was hard. Yeah, solid. 12-ish clicks. Good enough. So we go to Eurovision. Right? Can we get to popular music? I should just, like, put a text thing that says, like, what are we looking for? Rebecca Black. Alright, so, yeah, a lot to work with here. Unfortunately, this is, like, popular music is one of my weakest knowledge areas. At least, like, modern popular music. Anything from the past, like, 20 or 30 years is not really my forte. This is specifically the 2013 Eurovision. We could go out to Eurovision Song Contest in general. But this is also 2013, and I don't remember when Rebecca Black's Friday came out, but I feel like it was somewhere around this time period. Because I remember it vaguely at this point. Surely a page must mention the day Friday. You would be surprised at the amount of things that don't have links for it. Coincidentally, I think, I don't know how you're actually supposed to pronounce this, if it's Malmo, or Malmu, is where, oh, what's it called? ESA is happening, European Speedrunner Association. That's where their meetup is happening in, this coming year. Hey, look, guys, we got a bot. We got a bot, guys. Singular bot. So, obviously, the US isn't going to be in the Eurovision contest. That's not what I'm really looking for. I'm looking for literally anybody I would recognize. Is Rebecca Black American? I don't even know. Gonna YouTube lurk because I'm going into town to get breakfast. Alright, take it easy, Bitta. Be safe. Ugh, excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight out to, like, Eurovision, I guess. Let me have a look. Live television and radio. Best-selling music artists. That probably would get me there. Shame the US isn't in Europe like Israel and Australia. What a shame. Excuse me. What a shame. Okay, there's Frank Sinatra, which I used to get to Hitler the other night. Pretty easily, actually. Okay, so this is gonna take forever to look through. Single Rebecca. Nope. Okay, so she's not on here explicitly, but from here we can get to pop music. Pop is a genre of popular music, yeah. Excuse me. Pete Seeger. Definitions and etymology. I don't know what it would classify as. I don't know pop subgenres, like, at all. Regional scenes, United States, American pop music. Wow, this is a lot shorter of an article than I thought it would be. We could go to American popular music. I'd say that Rebecca Black has had an impact on the world. Beyonce, Skrillex, 2010s. We get 2 Chainz, Kendrick, Garth Brooks. I didn't even know pop had subgenres. Me either, dude. It's not something that I look into. I do not care that much. So let me see. See, also blackface. That's not right. The British invasion is not gonna help. This is such a short section to bank on. I thought that was gonna be longer. We could go for, like, hip-hop or something. But I don't think that would help much, because it's not really hip-hop. Rebecca Black's Friday is not hip-hop music. It's, like, generic pop music. You know, I was talking about this with Luke yesterday. It's really... You know what the worst thing to happen to a movie is? You know what, like, a death sentence for a movie is? It's when the movie, or, like, any sort of media... It's when it has a movie has some amount of hype coming into it, or like whatever media has some amount of hype coming into it, and then you don't hear anything about it after it releases. No cultural impact. Rebecca Blackface. No, I don't think that's going to work, Zero. As funny as that would be, no. Alright, so let's go to Katy Perry. Because this is approximately the same time period, so if we look at this last Friday night, I'm curious if this is gonna have some sort of disambiguation. Rebecca Black, fucking kick, fucking you, everything there just worked. Look at that. How do you like that one, Obama? No, kidding. That was so quick. After I hit pop, I was like, alright. What did we even do? I was like, yep, American popular music, Katy Perry, last Friday night, and then Rebecca Black immediately. Oh, Christ. Amazing. Alright. Let's do one more random to random. It's got to be something that's not super specific though for the goal. New toy is... I'm gonna read this page and then I'll go back and start working my way through. English-American singer-songwriter Lean Lovitch released in 1981 by Stiff Records. It was released outside the United Kingdom in 3 different versions. One featured 6 new songs, while the other 2 contained songs from her previous albums, Stateless and Flex. What's the genre? New wave? Okay. No Man's Sky? No. So let's hit random. So we're getting a new toy. 1962 to 63 Hellenic Football League. This is not helpful. Oh, Christ. We're gonna have to get out to, like, the UK or something to even start on this one, because this is completely irrelevant. We could go to football. Okay, we got the football. The beautiful game. Alright. So we need to get to... It's an English-American songwriter that was released in the UK initially, which means we can probably get to the UK page from here. Mid-19th century England. History. Rugby, football, wrestling, volleyball. Cambridge rules. This one's gonna be weird. I'm looking for specifically just a link to England or the UK somewhere, because that would get us there, I think. Okay. That's not a link. And then this doesn't link to... That links to association football. Which, again, we can get to England from there, but... I would have liked to have had a link on this page. Europe, English Public School, London, England. London, England gets us there. This is a bit more roundabout than I would have liked. English-speaking world. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just go to London, England. We'll work from there. So then, from here... Okay, let me read this again. English-American songwriter. It's an EP. UK singles chart. Yeah, number 53 in the UK singles chart in February 1981. Okay. So, this is specifically London. If we can get to culture, maybe? Music. Hard Rock Cafe. I mean, here's the 80s. Sade might get us there. I believe Sade counts as new wave. Or Sadie, I don't actually know how you say that. I've never actually heard somebody say the name of this band, but I know what they are. If we can get to new wave, I think we can get there. Or if we can get to, the Billboard charts. Because then we can go to a disambiguation page and find the list on the Billboard charts. Abbey Road. Anyway, how are you guys doing? I haven't even been talking that much. I'm literally focused on this too much. I'm just gonna hit save and we'll go from there. Hope you guys are doing okay. UK album chart. That's on the singles chart, not the album chart. Shit. I'm glad you're doing okay, random bot that's spewing gibberish into my chat. But yeah. Hope you guys are doing alright. I hope you had a good weekend. Obviously, we've got another day or so to go. I'm probably not going to be online super long today. Still on Rebecca? No, we beat Rebecca. We're getting to whatever the fuck this is. So in that attempt, I went to a UK band. 1980s, Smooth Operator. Just look up single. See if we can get to UK singles charts. British singles and albums, but that's an external link. It's probably not the best thing to click. No, it's not gonna work. Go to UK album charts. Official charts company. And then we can go to the UK singles charts. Hey, don't delete Mike. Tiny buttons, tinny buttons. Mike got timed out. He got banned. Put him back. I don't know. Hold up. Let me see if I can put him back. Hold on. Let me jump into the live stream. The dashboard. Don't bully Mike Walker Pierce. I'm just kidding, man. It's funny. Hold on. Can you reinstate him? Because I don't know if I can. Let me... I'm sure I can. I just haven't gotten... Hold on. Community, banned... Okay, I don't see Mike in here. Monetization, customization. Where's the... There we go. I was like, where's the control room? Okay, you got him. No, you're good. You're good. You're good, Walker Pierce. It happens. It happens. Everybody misclicks every now and then. Okay, so we're on UK singles charts. We need the UK singles charts for the 1981, February 1981. Let me see. Electronic age is too far forward. Yeah, the Gallup era, 83. Official chart. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing all right, Mike. I'm trying to do okay. Still kind of just recovering from the shit that's been happening, but we're doing okay. No official chart. Okay, pirate radio stations started making their own charts. That's not going to be helpful. See also... Use the list of UK singles chart number ones. What did it hit? 19 on the Billboard, number 53 on the US singles, or on the UK singles chart. Got school tomorrow, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I got work, so I feel you there, man. Mega school. Yeah, I got a, there's a Pepsi chart. What? I'm gonna bookmark that for later. But yeah, I got something I gotta do later today, and then I'm, you know, it's basically I don't have much time left, and I gotta get up early tomorrow, so I get to bed early today, and that's kind of it. List of artists who have reached number one. List of best-selling singles by year in the United Kingdom. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get it through here, because I don't think the actual charts are linked on Wikipedia fully. Okay, let's try a different approach then. Let's go for new wave as a genre. Nope. I wonder if you can get to Pepsi Man one day. Probably, assuming he has a Wikipedia page. I'm sure somebody's linked it somewhere. There's no mention of new wave, but if we can find someone who is in the new wave movement, then that might be good. Not much time left. You doing okay, man? No, I mean, like, just, like, not much time left before I gotta go back to work, you know? Like, it's just the weekend. I don't mean, like, I'm having issues or anything. I'm good, as far as I'm aware. Although I do need to go actually get to a doctor at some point, because I haven't done that in a while. List of record charts. Europe. UK, it's just going to link to the UK singles chart again. Number 19 on Billboard. Billboard Hot 100. Hot Dance Club songs. That's weirdly specific. Billboard charts. Dance electronic. Hot dance electronic songs. Okay. Sorry, I'm like genuinely thinking about this. Most weeks at #1. Artist with the most #1 songs. I'm gonna give up on this one. You know what they say, you hit 28 and your life's over. I still got 3 years then. I'm good, dude. I think I'm gonna give up on this one because my brain's not really focusing on this anymore. This is a good warm-up thing, but I can't focus on this long-term. There's too many words on the page. That I'm like not trying to read everything in order. I'm trying to like find specific shit and it's just not working. So what the fuck is the Pepsi chart? Pepsi chart, previously known as the Pepsi Network Chart Show, was a networked Sunday afternoon top 40 countdown on UK radio that started life on the 1st of August 1993 with Neil Dr. Fox hosting the show live from the Capital Radio Studios in London. The presenter was live and exciting, and big prize competitions were held. Okay. This has very little to do with Pepsi other than being sponsored by Pepsi, I would imagine. Nevertheless, the Pepsi brand remained strong, helped by its continued use in exclusive promotional CDs and auto-scan radios that were offered to consumers of Pepsi and 7-Up soft drinks. Yep. Why use many word when few word do trick? Exactly. Pepsi. Let's just go to Pepsi, man. I'm sure we can figure out something weird here. Go to PepsiCo. Business divisions, go to Asia Pacific. No. I'm just sort of wandering around now. Sometimes it's fun to just like poke around in places, but let's go ahead and swap back over here. Let me toss on over face cam. Swap this shit over. So what have you guys been up to this weekend? Anything interesting happening, or just usual stuff? Something else weird going on? Let me see. How long would a Spyro 1 run tank take for me? A little over 2 hours, so put me at like, I don't know, 1:30. Do you guys want to see a Spyro run, or do you want me to play? I have a massive collection of PS2 games up there that I haven't touched in forever. I've got Okami. I let Luke borrow Shadow of the Colossus because I gave him PS2 for Christmas yesterday. Ah, yes, Beppis. Unfortunately, I don't have Pepsi Man as a game because that game is very expensive, considering it was only sold in convenience stores in Japan for a limited time, and finding copies of it is kind of hard. But if you guys want to see a run of Spyro, we can absolutely do that. It's been a long time since I've done a full run of Spyro. Admittedly, I'm not practiced at all, but it's something. Haven't done anything super strange lately. I did homework yesterday. Homework's a little bit strange, let's be real. We know that. We know it's strange. We need a 1 mega Wikipedia page, every single Wikipedia page combined into one. I'm sure that somebody has downloaded the entirety of Wikipedia, and at this point, it's probably over 1,000 terabytes. It would be my guess, just of raw data between the images and the text and whatever else is going on, and having to hyperlink everything. Happy with whatever your Sunday streams are. Always a lovely time. Play what you want to. So that's something else. So I've been thinking about. Long story short, because of the things that have been affecting me mentally, I'm not doing much on Saturdays anymore. So I was talking with my buddy Luke, and normally we have a D&D session. I think it's every other week. But I was talking with Luke, and I was wondering if he wanted to either on Sunday or Saturday night or whatever, be doing... we want to play another Mario game. We want to play another Paper Mario game. And now that I've got my Retro Tank, we can actually play Super Paper Mario. So I was thinking about maybe playing that on stream with Luke and being able to do another stream with Luke. That's my like thought, and Luke and I both want to do that. It's either going to be that or Bug Fables. We both want to play through it. But yeah, I can do a Spyro run. It's been a long time since I've really played. I'm probably a little bit rusty on some of the tricks, and I'm going to mess them up, but it's all good. Just a little fun run. So let's get going there. All right. So, if we're doing Spyro, and by the way, this is with the retro tank setup as it is now. This thing looks clean. Okay, I can put filters on it. I can put like scanline filters on it. Although it doesn't really look the best. That's just straight up clean, and then that's a little bit of... I think that's if they actually interlace the footage afterwards or do some sort of filtering that causes it to look semi-interlaced. I've only played Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. It's absolutely brilliant. Okay, so Super Paper Mario is a very different kind of game, but it's also very good. That's the general agreement by the Paper Mario community. Same thing with the first Paper Mario. First Paper Mario and Paper Mario the 1000 Year Door are basically... the 1000 Year Door is basically an improvement on the original Paper Mario in terms of... I want to say most things, but the first Paper Mario still has its own qualities. Bug Fables is good. Yeah, I do want to play Bug Fables. It's on sale right now, or at least it was, and I was really tempted to pick it up. I might pick it up for me and Luke, just because I know we're going to enjoy it. I've been having a hard time sitting down, like, really playing games recently. I've been having a hard time being like, yeah, I want to sit down and play, like, this game and just, like, sit down and grind it. Because, like, Devil May Cry 5, I've beaten it, but I've been playing it a little bit here and there just so I have something to do with my hands. But I've been having trouble focusing on games, so I think that something like Bug Fables or Paper Mario or Super Paper Mario wouldn't be a bad idea. But Super Paper Mario is actually not a JRPG in the slightest. It's more of an action RPG. I'm going to try something real quick before we get started on a run properly. But yeah, Super Paper Mario is an excellent game, and I love it a lot. And I would love to play that for you guys. Or, honestly, maybe Luke and I just play through 1000 Year Door again at some point. Supposedly, there's a mod coming out for 1000 Year Door that you'd be able to run on emulator. But I haven't heard much about it since it was announced. So I get a feeling it's going to be in development hell for a couple years, because it's supposed to, like, change a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna practice Dark Hollow, because this shit always fucks me up. Bug Fables is also on Game Pass. I don't have Game Pass right now, but that is good to know. Because... Game Pass is good, for the record. It's a good value if you guys just want... If you have an Xbox or if you play on PC a lot, Game Pass is a good value. I'm not going to say it isn't. Like, they are phenomenal value. The story in Super makes me sad. The story is pretty sad. I will say that. The story gets very sad, but, like, the story in all of the Paper Mario games is actually kind of well-written, but surprisingly dark. Like the Shadow Queen. The 1000 Year Door has a hell of a storyline. Yeah, we're gonna... Yeah, this is technically spoilers, but like... Yeah, so 1,000 years ago, the entirety of Old Rogueport was destroyed by a demon, which was then sealed in a... room, or behind the 1000 Year Door. But also, you know, we're just not going to talk about that. We're just going to say that there's some treasure behind it, and that's it. By the way, this isn't traversable. This isn't, or rather, it is traversable, but it's not supposed to be. That's not an intended part of the level. You don't see any of this. It's just a bunch of random shit back here, and this is all solid terrain. Paper Mario, thousands of doors. We could play the shitty translation. Somebody, like, machine translated it into Japanese, like, 20 times, and back into English, like, 20 times, and it's the funniest translation ever. But, yeah, so the actual strat for this... The fast strat for this, rather, is do this. Because nothing has collision on the outside. I love the story, and I love how it was more of a turn-based RPG and adventure game rather than a platformer. Yes, Super Paper Mario is, in fact, more of a platformer. So that is a little bit disappointing, but at the same time, it's, like, still fine. It's still an excellent game. And it's not super stressful, either. There's a lot of interesting mechanics going on with it. Don't you fucking roar at me, piece of shit. Also, nice number of gems. No longer nice number of gems. Spyro, yeah, what's up, man? Baylor Robinson, how you doing? What's up? Oh, are you seeing? Okay, so I have some delay on my end. I'd imagine that you're probably seeing me clip out of the fucking terrain and jump through everything. Welcome to speedrun strats, my man. I'm just kind of vibing today. The repeated retranslations actually drastically change the story. Yeah, because some things just don't translate right once you do it a couple times. Oh man. Anyway, Baylor Robinson, welcome in. We're testing out my new retro tank. I got a new converter box, analog to digital converter box, so I can actually run this through my digital capture card now instead of having to go buy another analog one, which is good. You're doing good? Good, man. I'm glad. But yeah, I'm just here to talk and vibe. We're gonna be doing probably about a 2-hour is my estimate. I'm a little bit rusty, so we'll call it 2:15. Speed run of Spyro, and we're just gonna vibe for a little bit. I didn't know what I was gonna do today, but I want to test out this new retro tank. Everything's pretty much lagless. On the retro tank end, I haven't had any issues with lag, so I'm good. Hope you're having a good one too. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm doing okay today. Like I said, gonna be messing with this for a little bit, and then I gotta get ready to head out, grab some lunch, and then head over to a friend's house. I'm not going to time this run. This is, like, basically a D-Rust run. And also, I don't have a timer set up on my computer right now, and I don't feel like going to try and figure one out. Y'all can figure it out from the timestamps, right? I think Cooper becomes the main antagonist of the story. You mean Coops? Because it's not Cooper. Cooper is the original one. Or Cooper is from original Paper Mario, I think. By the way, you can't skip this dragon. Say hi to Nestor. This is the only unskippable dragon in the game. Well, okay, that's a lie. You can technically skip him because you can, in fact, duplicate a single dragon at the end of the game to skip Nestor and still get 80 dragons. But it's actually slower to do that because you have to run through a level twice in order to do it. I'll see if I can explain that a little bit better. So basically, when you get to the end of the game, in the last homeworld for this game, it's Nasty's world. Yeah, Coops. But the last homeworld for this game is Nasty's world, and in the middle of Nasty's world, there's a dragon. There's a dragon there that is it's in the center of the platform. For the homeworld. The homeworld's very small. New Spyro world record? No Spyro world record today, probably. If you want to go see the world record holder, I highly recommend going to check out Daoman over on Twitch, although his streams are a little bit more adult-oriented. He's a very chill guy, and I appreciate him a lot. He's been grinding this game for 8 years, and is a massive inspiration for a lot of people who play this game, and I really enjoy his streams. He's also just an entertaining person to hang around. And when he's not speedrunning Spyro, he's either speedrunning Katamari Damacy, or Crash Team Racing, or he's playing some games for fun. He'll pick up some racing games like Gran Turismo, or he'll be playing older games like Morrowind. He's just a chill guy. I very much enjoy hanging in his streams. Spearow. Yeah, it's a Pokemon now. check out the Spearow. So normally there's an animation where Spyro flies up into the clouds and like starts spinning. If Spyro hits a solid object when he's doing that, he just completely ignores, or he like stops that animation entirely. Come on, man. Should just go for the center more. I think that's the problem there. This is Delbin. We'll be seeing him a couple more times. By that I mean there's a lot of dragons that actually repeat in Nasty's world. Like, it's the same dragon that they just, for whatever reason, that dragon got frozen again, but also they're now in Nasty's world. Maybe they went to go fight Nasty. I don't know. So, Dark Hollow is one of the shortest levels in the game, which is a shame, because it's also one of the most, like, action-packed. Yeah, the bonk. Always with the bonks, man. Can never get away from it. Whoa. Run ruined. Single bonk. Run ruined. That kind of... Okay. There are definitely runs at high level where you will see a speedrunner bonk like twice and then be like, yep, run's dead. Because you will lose like, you know, a third of a second or more on a bonk, easily. I keep doing that in the wrong order. I need to wait for him. I need to wait till the gem drops to the ground properly. Morrowind streams, I always wondered how that would work. Is it not a stream? It's not a stream-friendly game. No, it's not a stream-friendly game at all. I mean, like, honestly, half the time when Deo's doing it, he's just drunk and turns on song requests, and everybody in the chat just starts talking, and Deo responds to most of it, and then gets really confused trying to solve Morrowind quest. It's very much a good game to just get lost in, I think. There's Oswin. I forget what any of these dragons tell you, because the early game dragons I haven't looked at in years. Also, Sparks actually picking up gems in this game is sometimes a pain in the ass. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. Fuck. Okay, that's fine. I missed the game mascot era. Honestly, mascot... I was talking with Luke about this. Mascot platformers died out when GTA 3 happened. Or, if you want to get more specific, GTA San Andreas probably is a better time measure there. It died when, like, first-person shooters came into their own, and, you know, it's not a bad thing. Okay, I'm not gonna say, like, oh yeah, this is terrible. Like, I really, you know, all these new genres suck. But the mascot platformer has been... It feels like a bit of a shill, honestly, nowadays. Like, the remakes of everything, Spyro and Crash, Yooka-Laylee trying to emulate that style that Banjo-Kazooie did. I heard good things about Yooka-Laylee, but I also heard a lot of, like, annoying things about Yooka-Laylee, I suppose. Yes, I am collecting that extra life. No, it's not really in a route, but I don't trust myself. Because there's some tricks in a few levels that I really don't trust myself on. Sonic and Mario are still mascots. Yeah, those are still mascot platformers in a sense, but they've also evolved past what they were initially doing. The era of, like, early 3D mascot platformer and, like, late 2D mascot platformer are kinda... They're kinda in limbo right now. I wasn't sure if I would get that. So here's a fun trick. This fountain in particular just does that. There's a single spot you can stand on, and if you jump on top of it and hold down the jump button while Spyro lands on it, instead of doing the whole roll down the cliff animation, he just jumps. That's interesting. Just make Banjo 3. Honestly, I'm sure if Rare could, they would. But I get a feeling they don't feel like they're prepared to do that. What has Rare made recently? Sea of Thieves, I think, was a Rareware game. I don't know if that was outsourced at all, but... I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Yeah, the solid water and the, like... The funny thing is, so if you go back, and maybe I'll do that at the end of stream, there's a, So there's an old prototype of this game from before the game came out, where Spyro, or where it's a bunch of the prototype levels, and actually all the fountains in this level used to do that, but now only that fountain does that, which is kind of bizarre, but solid water, aka ice, exactly. But it's, I don't know, it's very strange. Okay, I wasn't sure if I picked that gem up. Sea of Thieves is from Rare. Yeah, I was gonna say. So then, there's a bunch. I actually do want to play through the prototype of the game because I haven't done that yet. There's a couple prototypes. There's a prototype for Spyro 3 as well. I don't know if we have one for Spyro 2, but by the way, if you guys ever want to check out just something cool, check out the Cutting Room Floor as a website. So the Cutting Room Floor is a website where people will... Oh, you know what? I don't have fast disk speed enabled, so this run's gonna be slower. Shit. Do I reset? I don't think it's worth it. That's gonna save, like, several minutes. Shit. But, what was I saying? I don't even remember anymore. Whatever. Yeah, okay, so the frame rate... I'm looking at the frame rate issues, and I understand what the frame rate issues are. It has to do with the multiplexer I'm using, because I probably cheaped out on it a little bit too much, unfortunately. Sick. I'm predicting that the video game market will collapse due to companies like EA and Activision, after which we will return to the 8-bit arcade era, starting the cycle all over again. Ah, of course. You know what, that'd be funny. I wouldn't mind that. Because I've got games that I enjoy now, and there's plenty of games out that I could go find. But no, I don't think the video game market's going to crash, necessarily, anytime soon. It's too big of a business, unless, like... It's not going to crash entirely, because there's too many different facets of it now. If it were only big companies putting out, like, big shilling games, where they're just trying to, like, play... Where they're basically just fucking with everybody, and, like, doing a bunch of microtransactions, and, you know... multiplayer-only games and stuff like that, I could see it happening, sure. But as it is, I can't imagine that. There's too many smaller indie companies who are also making games, and then you've got big game platforms like Steam, which have games from years and years ago that are still available. Yeah, it would be cool to go back to, like, that sort of 8-bit era, but we've also got a bunch of retro games that do emulate that sort of style. You know, even going back all the way to, like, Shovel Knight, I just keep thinking of Shovel Knight, Minecraft, stuff like that. Video game NFTs are not something I'm looking forward to, I agree. I'm hoping that NFTs kind of die out, but also NFTs aren't just a video game thing, they're just a thing in general. Every company would be indie developers. Yeah, which is good, in my opinion, because that means So, independent developers generally give a shit about their games more than, say, big companies. Like, not that the developers themselves don't care about the games, but they're often put under so much pressure by executives to finish by certain dates that, like, you kind of lose... You get lost in the sauce, in a way, you know? Messed that up. I need to go grab that green beforehand. Now I gotta turn around blind backwards and do it. And not fall off. Bull. That was terrible. Come on. I'm doing this on a 2-stair, because I need to learn this. There we go. I want a Mario game voiced by Chris Pratt. So it's the same sounds that that Charles Martinet makes for Mario, but Chris Pratt is now doing those sounds. I honestly don't like Chris Pratt as an actor that much, so I don't really care about him. Konami has announced NFT auctions for the Castlevania's next anniversary. Yeah, I saw that. I'm not terribly impressed by them. I'm actually pretty disappointed by that, but I don't care that much. If the best thing you can think to do with your game series is to make a bunch of NFTs based off of it and hope that people are going to buy in on it, sure, go ahead. The long and short of it is you're never going to see me get involved with NFTs, and unfortunately that's about all I can promise right now. I can't promise that these NFTs aren't going to mess everything up for the market, for several markets probably. Unfortunately, from some YouTube videos, I've heard that even Roblox games are starting to make NFTs. Turns out it was against TOS and the guy had to take him down. Jeez, man. Roblox seems like a dumpster fire, personally. Everything I look at Roblox... I watched a couple videos yesterday about, like, harassment and child safety issues on Roblox. And it's just ridiculous. Also, everybody can just ignore that trick I just did. It's definitely not super hard and a pain in the ass to do. But, yeah, Roblox just seems like a garbage fire every time I look at it, honestly, and it's a bit of a shame. Because, like, it's a cool idea. It's a cool idea to be able to get kids into being creative and, like, make their own stuff. But, like, you're getting these big companies who are, like, making money off of, like, this sort of thing. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. They made a platform where you develop games and can make money off them. That's obviously what they were looking for. But they also obviously don't care about the well-being of the kids that are using their platform, which is terrible. I was hoping to get the shepherd there, but I realized if I jumped, I was going to get fucked, so... Doug. Surprised I didn't get hit there. Ooh, that would have been bad. I buffered an input I didn't mean to. Can I please remove that Chris Pratt message from Mike? Look, man, you're a mod. I trust your judgment. But yeah, like, everybody who's trying to make NFTs is trying... Don't trust NFTs, is all I'm going to say. Okay? I actually love the idea of cryptocurrency, but everything that is being done with cryptocurrency is terrible. Everything that's been done with cryptocurrency is pretty much just a scheme that people are using to get more money quickly. It's mostly pyramid schemes, basically, which is a shame. I don't know what it is about Roblox, but I really do not like it. I never played it as a kid, so I don't have a good, like... Oh, did I miss gems? That sucks if I did. Fuck, I missed 2 gems somewhere. I need to go back in. Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. I probably missed the gems at the very beginning. But yeah, Roblox is a thing that I keep looking at, and I'm just like, I never played it as a kid, so I don't really understand it in the first place, because I didn't really have an internet connection to do that with. No, I didn't miss the gems at the beginning. In other words, this is gonna suck. Because now I gotta kill every enemy in the level and hope that one of them has the gem that I missed. About half the games are base plates with nothing on them. Next fourth are big companies with making horrible, unpolished, no fun games. Simulators, yeah, the simulator style games where it's just like, this isn't really a game, dude. I don't know what you're trying to pull here. So fun fact with the dog that I just skipped over, you can actually just make him fall. Like that, and then the gem auto-tracks onto you. Although I think there's a small chance that the gem... No, I'm sorry. In the Japanese version, for whatever reason, the gem doesn't auto-track onto you. It's very strange. Do you think a gem fell out of bounds? Because that would suck. No, okay. We're good. Leave level. Yeah, most are okay, and like 5% of them are fun. Yeah, I understand that. That's a lot of things, unfortunately. When you make... Okay. That is something that happens when you use when you give a group of people very little regulation and the ability to make their own things, user-created content is going to be lesser quality. Because you're not looking to make a good quality game, you're looking to make whatever, you know? Did I get these guys? Yeah. Okay. Probably like a 14, 15-minute artisan. It's pretty terrible, but it's fine. Yeah, I wouldn't sweat it too much, guys. Don't get on each other too much in the chat. Most of the time, companies use NFTs to when companies use NFTs, people complain so much they remove them. Yeah, that did work with Ubisoft. That's what I'm saying, guys. If you don't like them, go take care of it. Unfortunately, I don't have the energy to fucking deal with it. But I do like seeing people complain about NFTs enough that, like, companies start to listen. Because, like, that when it comes down to it, they still need people. You have power in choosing what you can buy. To some extent. There's not really, you know, no ethical consumption under capitalism, and I hate to get super, like, depressing here, but it's you have the power to choose what you want to buy, and that does eventually affect companies, even bigger companies, if enough people get word of it. Charles Martinet would be awesome for... Yeah, I think Mike was just being... I think Mike was being facetious. I think Mike was just being sarcastic. So I wouldn't sweat it too much. But that is kind of hard to pick up over text, so... Everybody just keep that in mind as well. But yeah, with Roblox and with anything that's user-created content, even like Minecraft stuff a lot of the time, user-created content is by definition, it's going to be less polished and less watched over, less curated is the word I was looking for, than specifically picked content by the developers. I will remove the messages as a joke. Yes, there you go. That's what we're looking for. See, this is good. This is open communication. This is what I like to see in my Twitch chat. By the way, you don't have to fly through the arch to actually get it to activate. You can just kind of ignore it. You can just kind of like go through half of it and then like fly through the side of the arch. Also, the dev exchange is broken as hell. Roblox takes about 65% of the profits of any given game. Yeah. You're gonna stop talking about Roblox? All good, man. All good. I literally just looked up a bunch of stuff on this yesterday. So I'm good. I don't mind talking about it, but yeah, I appreciate I appreciate open and frank discussion here on whatever the fuck the matter is. If you see a problem with something, you talk about it, and it's all good. As long as you're not, like, trauma dumping in here, or, you know, otherwise causing problems and making viewers feel uncomfortable, that's all that matters, man. So there's actually a strat here where you can wall glide along that wall and keep enough height to make like glide from the wall onto the platform. But it's like one of the hardest wall glides in the game for me. And I'm very bad at it, so I've decided I don't want to do it right now. If I ever decide to get into speedrunning this seriously, yeah, sure, I'm gonna have to get around to doing it. But for the time being, this is what it is. This game always feels so much slower than when I watch runs of it. And maybe that's just because I'm not good at speedrunning this game. Despite playing this game for almost a year, although that was a while back. But, like, it always feels like it moves slower when you're actually playing it. Maybe it's just because I'm not focusing. That was terrible. I wasn't sure if that was going to connect. How many dragons are in the game? 80. There are 12,000, well, 12,000 treasure plus 2,000 Nasty's loot, 80 dragons, and 12 dragon eggs. So it's 14,000 treasure total. The goal of the game is to collect all, you basically get 100, they call it 120%. That's the name of the run. It's 120% because that's what displays on the inventory screen when you've got all the gems in the game. But you basically, the goal is get everything in the game, get into Nasty's loot, beat Nasty's loot, and then jump out of the vortex at the end of Nasty's loot. And when you do that, a final cutscene will play that, it's a special cutscene that only plays when you've gotten everything in the game. Weren't there more gems on that ramp? I hope that the game didn't just decide to freak out while loading. Yeah, wow. So the world record for this game is currently... Well, the world record for both 100% and 120% is held by one Deo man on Twitch. He prefers to go by Deo. And he is effectively... He's got world record... I think the world record's a 121.30 or 29 or something like that. 121.30 or 29. I don't remember the exact time. But the long and short of it is it's very, very, very fast. I can beat the game in about 2 hours-ish. Number of the dragons in this game is somewhere between negative infinity and infinity. Top 170 billion dragons in Spyro. I don't know, man. I got nothing. You got Nestor, who everybody hates when they're speedrunning this game because he's the only unskippable dragon in the game. I don't remember a lot of the dragons from the other games, honestly, because I haven't played them fully through in a while. Well, from Spyro 3, I guess there weren't any other dragons in Spyro 2. I do love this game's music, though. Shout out to Stuart Copeland, the drummer from the Police, that did all the composition work for this game. Spyro, what's happening, Shannon? How you doing? We are using my new analog to digital converter box, and I'm very excited about. Oh, I should have tried spin jump. I'm gonna go back and try spin jump. We're not timing this. It's fine. Oh my god! I never get that. Beckon recently played through all 3 Spyro games. Hell yeah! You playing the Reignited trilogy? Because Reignited trilogy's good, don't get me wrong. I don't like it, but that's because I've been playing this game more recently. It's a good game, though. And there's okay, the speedruns. The speedruns for Reignited Trilogy have some of the funniest tech I've ever seen in anything. Like, you can there's level storage, so you can basically make yourself do flying in a non-flight level. There's all sorts of weird shit. But yeah, Spyro's great. Little fun collectathon game. Very chill. Spin jump. So the spin doesn't actually get you any more height. It might get you, like, a very small amount more height. But all it really does is help you time the jump, right? All it really does is help you time the jump, right? Oh, Baylor, are you saying what in reference to me talking about the Spyro Reignited trilogy? There's some weird glitches in Spyro Reignited trilogy. They found a debug balloonist. Okay, so they found a debug balloonist in the game that literally lets you fly to any world. So you just fly straight to Nasty's world after you get through Peacekeepers. Yeah, it was all the new re-releases. Hell yeah. Excellent games. Yeah, I always make sure to play through a game fully. Yeah. I honestly, it depends. if I'm enjoying a game, I will play a game through to an ending, but I might not 100% a game per se. That's not usually my MO. Yeah, before speedrunning it, yes. Oh yeah, before speedrunning it, definitely. Because when you speedrun a game, you're learning basically an entirely new way to play the same game. You're learning how to get more enjoyment out of the same game. Or sometimes you're just looking for a goal. Apparently I'm on point today, despite not doing any of these tricks in forever. That was terrible. I say that and then immediately eat shit, but you know what? That's why we got that extra life. That was like the worst. I like stopped thinking for a second and then didn't keep my momentum for that jump. Come on. There you go. Alright, let me grab this dude, these guys. This dude, get up here. There we go. You're not supposed to be able to get that way, but I am smart. And by that I mean somebody taught me how to do that. Have you ever done a Spyro run? I used to speedrun this game a lot. For about a year or so, especially, this was years ago, back when I was streaming on Twitch. Probably about 4 or 5 years ago now, but I used to speedrun Spyro 1 fairly often because So the story behind this is always funny. Bug Fables might be one of the only games I've 100% completed. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, if you enjoy a game enough, go for 100%. Really, realistically, if you think that trying to 100% a game is gonna like be painful and not fun, don't fucking do it. Don't put yourself through something that's stupid. Like, don't put yourself through something you're not gonna enjoy. God damn it. Overall, the bots have been pretty sparse today. Misspoke. Oh yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Another one 100% was River City Girls. Have you ever done challenge Spyro run? So what do you mean challenge? So you're talking like do one without getting hit, without sparks, no charging, things like that? Because I've never done one of those. But yeah, so I started speedrunning this game. I started speedrunning this game probably about it had to be at least 4 or 5 years ago. I was down at college. I had a decent, stable internet connection, which I didn't have here for until like last year. And so I decided I was gonna play, Spyro on stream. So I played through the entirety of Spyro on stream on an emulator, and it only took like 4 hours. And I was like, wow, that's kind of fast. And I was like, what does the speedrun times look like? And there was a dude so for the record, 4 hours is pretty bad. But I was just sort of casually going through, so I didn't really sweat too much. And then I looked at the bottom of the leaderboards, and there's a dude on the bottom of the Spyro 1 leaderboards who has a time of like 8 hours on his run. And I want to say shout out to that dude for probably motivating a lot of people to try speedrunning this game. Yeah, I can't say I've ever done anything like that, Baylor. But, it's an interesting idea. Well, almost completely unrelated. I once played through a level of Sonic Heroes with only my feet on the controller, which was... I don't know why I did that, but I did it. It was entertaining. I had a good time with it. Where am I missing gems from? I genuinely don't know where I'm missing gems. What did I skip? Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Here, let me show you how you're supposed to do this. I always misroute this level. So I'm not mad about this. This just happens a lot. There we go. So we're missing a single red gem somewhere. What do you mean bots? Oh, so we've had some issues with people with like bots coming into the chat and just spamming messages. Well, not spamming, but they'll put like a single message in here that just looks like nonsense. It looks like gibberish, like the one you saw earlier. And what that actually is it's actually a link to some website that's... I don't even know what the website is. I don't go on them because I don't trust any of those bots. Yeah, good. It means you're doing your job. Yes, exactly. Walker Pierce is doing an excellent job. By the way, guys, I still have a position open for another mod. As much as I appreciate Walker Pierce and he does good work, he's got his own stuff to do, and it'd be nice to have a couple more mods on the team. If you guys feel like joining, check the description, check out the link tree, and click on the link to my Discord. Feel free to DM me on there with qualifications when you're available. Not necessarily qualifications. I'm not going to be, like, But if you're planning on it being in my streams a lot, and I try to stream on weekends mostly, and in afternoons, and, well, in this case, EST, I'm in Eastern Standard Time Zone, so morning for me, but, but if you're planning on being around in my streams, you know, relatively often, then feel free to poke me about potentially being a mod. Even if you're not talking in the chat much, it's all good. I just need somebody who's in here just in case bots come in. Especially if I'm going to end up speedrunning, because then I'm not going to be able to take care of this shit on my own. The power of feet. Not a sentence I expected to read today, or a phrase, rather. Yeah, challenge runs are fun, dude. I 100% agree with you there. It's something fun about being able to, there's something fun about being able to challenge yourself and, like, feel good about it, you know, when you're able to beat it. Alright, so we're Banjo-Tooie without jumping. Oh, that sounds like a mess. And Super Mario Odyssey without collecting coins or jumping at the same time. That's a lot, man. Props to you. This is Dr. Shemp, by the way. Best boss in the game. Super Mario Odyssey wasn't as hard because the save files almost impossible to do it without. Yeah, I was gonna say, without save files, you're kind of stuck there. Because you do need coins at a couple points. Or jumping, like one or the other. Because I get why you did both, because you wanted to avoid jumping, but then you realized you could just get a bunch of moons by buying them with coins, and then farming coins. But that also just doesn't sound like fun. But hey, man, I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's the important thing, man. Video games are for enjoyment, okay? Anybody who thinks otherwise is wrong. They're for you enjoying yourself. Or, you know, setting personal goals. Enjoyment isn't always having fun. That is something, like, weird to describe, but that's how I feel about it. Because I see so many people who speedrun, and it's satisfying when they're able to beat their goal. When they're able to meet their goals, that's when it's satisfying for them. But it doesn't mean that they're having fun the entire time. Because speedrunning is very stressful. Yeah, technically, no, you don't. But, like, there's a lot of moons where it's, like, kind of implied that you're probably going to be doing a lot of either farming for coins or doing a lot of jumping. If you throw a Cappy wrong, you can collect a coin from a bush. Oh, I see. Okay. So you were worried about that sort of thing. I gotcha. Shit. Bonk. Forget if there was a gem down there. Nope. Actually played a bit of Mario Odyssey yesterday. Nice. I never finished it. I should finish that game. It's just not a game that I got, like, super interested in, I suppose. Not that it's a bad game by any means. It's a phenomenal game. I just never bothered. I think I got through, like, most of the game, honestly, but I just never finished it. I did the New Donk City section. Yeah, New Donk City is actually really fun. Discussion. New level theme ideas for Mario Odyssey 2. By the way, I'm grabbing this dragon not because it's optimal, but because I'm scared of messing up this next trick. Because this is one of those tricks where you can just fall if you fuck it up. I almost let go of the button there. That would have been bad. 100% lava level. I mean, we kind of got that with, well, it's not 100%, but, like, Gourmet Kingdom had that sort of idea. If that was the name of it, I really don't remember. The one with the bird, the cook bird. Fuck. That's what I get for trying to do boneless. I'll take it slow. There were some lava aspects in the first game, but nothing like... yeah. No, I understand. What about some space levels? That could be fun. You start on the moon. We did get the moon. But there's plenty of ideas that you could go over. That was terrible. Tried to charge that chest. Could be an Odyssey in space, yeah. 2001 A Space Odyssey. 2001 A Mario Odyssey. That's the sequel name. 2001 A Mario Odyssey. Amazing. Haunted desert with a synthwave aesthetic. That sounds like it could be fun. You fucker. There we go. Luncheon Kingdom. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Baylor. I could not remember the name of it for the life of me. Like I said, I haven't played the game basically since I got my Switch. And that was like early 2018. I should play through it some more. I just haven't gotten around to it. Whoa. Bonk. Okay, alright, so... this is where it gets weird. Because I need to make sure I don't mess up any of this coming up, or we're gonna be in a weird spot. The synthwave grid acts like a fog rolling just off the ground. That could be interesting, yeah. Yeah, I'd like that. Fuck. The one thing I didn't want to mess up. It's fine. It's not like a huge time loss, but it's annoying. But yeah, if anybody has any questions about the speedrun in general, or, you know, anything else about this game, by all means, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer questions. I know a fair amount about this game. I don't know everything, although apparently I don't know where this last gem is. So let's go find that. We'll just start over here and work our way back. Okay. I love Gobi's Desert from the Banjo-Kazooie games, or from the Banjo games. They should have something similar in Super Mario Odyssey too. Yeah, that'd be neat. I wouldn't mind that. I'll do this the slow way. Because I don't feel like messing up and then dying and then ending up at a dragon on the other half of the level. Did I get all the gems off the lampposts? Yes. Gems over here? Yes. Okay. Imagine that happening in a real speedrun. Dude, it happens all the time, man. People reset runs over this stuff. There we go. Yeah, that's a reset, man. But I'm not resetting, I don't care. I have done way worse in runs. Like, I can definitely still save... I could probably still save time off my PB, even if that happened. But I haven't looked at my PB in years, and I never submitted anything. Just because I never got around to it. But maybe at some point I will. The nice part about streaming directly to YouTube means that I can just link the VOD and the timestamp. Mario Odyssey 2 is just high poly SM64. Pretty much. There's nothing wrong with that inherently. But I mean, by that same extent, you can say that pretty much every 3D Mario game has been Super Mario 64, but with updated graphics. Although I'd argue that Sunshine's probably the most unique out of all of those. Alright, let's see if we can save a little bit of time here. By that I mean, you know, be done before I gotta leave. Because I gotta leave for my friend's house at like 2 o'clock, and it's currently noon. Sort of God of Delfino Plaza and then Super Mario Odyssey 2. I don't think that they would take stuff from older games and throw it in. At least not like that open, like, not that openly. There were plenty of references, but I think the only kingdom that actually like was a direct reference to anything from any other 3D Mario game, well, not even a 3D Mario game, was the Mushroom Kingdom. And that was more of an Easter egg almost. By the way, the fan chests here, they can hit things. For anybody who didn't know that about this game, it's very useful. Out of spite, they won't do Delfino, yeah. No, Baylor, the idea, like, I agree. Walker Pierce was mostly just making a joke there. Like, there are a lot of similarities, but at the same time, the games are just different. Like, it's just, it's mostly just due to how the games are, you know? Like, it's just... It has to do with the development teams, the difference in scale, the difference in time, both in development and time. The difference in both development time and the time at which the games were made. Like, you gotta think there's, what, 30 years between those two games almost? Well, 20, I guess. 20 is probably a closer value, because Super Mario 64 came out in 96 or 97. 96, I think, and then Super Mario Odyssey came out, as I don't. Was it a release title for the Switch? It would have been 2017 or 2018, so pretty close to 20 years. No, it's not bad by any means. Mushroom Kingdom felt pretty. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a tribute for everybody. That's all it is. There's nothing inherently wrong with it, but it's you know, it's meant as a shout out to the fans. Holy crap, that was fast. Except for that was terrible. I like Odyssey, but there's too many moons. That's a fair complaint. I'll give you that one. Yeah. Come on, man. Mario Odyssey, yeah, I think it was a release title. Just like Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild released simultaneously on the Wii U and the Switch, and I think that the Wii U version was worse somehow. There's Throwback Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2, where you go to recreation. Yeah, Thwomp's Fortress and Bob-omb Battlefield. I never played Galaxy 2. I never owned Galaxy 2, although I think I actually have a copy of it now. Maybe. I might not. I might need to, like, look around on that some more, but I know that I have a copy of Galaxy 1, I just don't know if I have a copy of Galaxy 2. There we go. Bonks everywhere. Like to avoid them if I could, but c'est la vie. I'm trying to go fast, and I'm going a little bit too fast. I'm bonking on a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's plenty of, like, little throwback stuff, and I think that sort of started with, honestly, if you want to tell me about it, like, I think that one of the biggest, like, earliest modern throwbacks was probably Green Hill Zone in Sonic Adventure 2, weirdly enough, where that was basically, that hadn't happened before. Obviously, every game has some sort of Green Hill Zone equivalent now for Sonic, but back before that, like, you had to get, like, all 180 emblems in Sonic Adventure 2 to be able to access Green Hill Zone. Galaxy 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah, it's a good game. I've played some of it. I played some of it with an ex of mine. I just don't own it, unfortunately. Oh. You can charge that one, and I'm usually much better at the setup, but I messed it up. I'm charging it. You kidding me? Okay, so there's that little tiny point that you have to sit on. Slow start, but once you get in, you want to complete the entire game in one day. Fair enough. Okay, this is just me being bad. No gamepad support beyond off-TV play, and worse frame rate in certain areas. Yeah, Breath of the Wild was... on Wii U was, like, not particularly good, from what I've heard. But, hey, it is what it is. Okay, gimme. Now that we wasted 3 lives on this area, because I'm stupid. Normally I'm much better at that setup, but I just didn't take the time for it. Now you're just clipping through walls. No. Yeah, you're fine, man. You're fine. Okay, so that wall particularly right there, for whatever reason, there is no collision on that exact polygon. Somebody just found that by gliding into the wall randomly one day. That was just a very bizarre trick. It is just one of the weirdest tricks in the game, and I don't really understand it, but it is funny. I'm grabbing this in case I die, that way I don't get sent back to the beginning of the world, and... But yes, clipping through walls, that's like the only instance of there just not being collision on an object, period. There's not that many instances in this run of actually just clipping through walls to do things, because most of the time it's not that useful. Let's just do high caves, and then we'll charge down. But yeah, there's plenty of... There's plenty of weird stuff in this game, but there's very few... This game overall is pretty well programmed, I would say. I'm grabbing these because I don't trust myself. And that was a really terrible flame charge. So I can't hit those blue wizards without bonking. Like, I can't flame charge them without bonking for some reason. I cannot do it for the life of me. I used to be able to do it fine, but I need to practice it way more now. And I just missed the flame charge entirely on that one. Yeah, whoops. Exactly. That's what it feels like sometimes. Like, you look at this game and it's just like, whoops, we forgot to do this thing. That's kinda important. Fun fact, you can pretty much make those glides at any time. There's like, unless you're like really, really in a bad position. But most of the time you can just make those glides fine. Technically I don't need to go get those, but I think it saves me a couple... Well, it might not even save me a couple seconds. It might actually waste like a second. Regardless, it's just what I do because that's what I'm used to doing. My route for this game is old and outdated, and I really need to learn a new one. But that's fine. Fucker. Okay. Despite it being made in 1998. Yeah, this game still stands up relatively well. Like, I have some friends who don't like it, but, like, there's nothing inherently wrong about this game. God damn it. So you're supposed to use the supercharge to just blow up all three of these without issue. I probably should have charged that chest, but whatever. Yeah, despite this game being... It wasn't made in 1998. You need to remember that this was put out in 1998. It was mostly being developed through 1996 and 97, if I remember right. Slow run, yeah. Reset time. No. This isn't a speedrun stream. This is not my normal content, but this is a game that I enjoy, and I know how to speedrun it because I did do it for a while, so... I figure I may as well. Especially as a way to celebrate me actually having... or me being able to capture my old consoles again. This is called Bike Caves. I'm bad at it. Motherfucker. So you can take that supercharge through every cave in the level and kill every spider with the supercharge if you're good. Problem is, it's really hard. And I'm not good at it. So we're gonna be very slow here. If you kill all 3 spiders with the supercharge, that's good. If you kill all 5 spiders with the supercharge, that's good. If you miss any spiders and don't go for just the first 3 spiders, you are in a bad position. Jonna drinks the bottle of vintage Crystal Pepsi live on stream and implodes. Yeah, drinking Crystal Pepsi sounds like a bad idea, and I have to go all the way back up there again. Except I'm not. I'm gonna go do supercharge. And then probably die. Because it's gonna be quicker once I grab all these. Feel the same way about Super Mario Odyssey runs back when I learned how to do them. Yeah, it's a fun thing to learn. It's learning how to get more enjoyment out of a game that you really enjoy and understand well. But like, I don't really care that much about how fast I'm going. I should have just kept that supercharge running. Just die, I guess. We're already committed to this. 1 life left, okay. That's fine. We're close to the end of the level, and there's not a ton of death abuse. I don't think there's any death abuses in Wizard Peak, actually. Cedric. Everybody say hi. Bye to Cedric. So next level is gonna be... We have a couple options. I could either do Wizard Peak or Crystal Flight. I think I'm gonna do Wizard Peak, because I don't like Crystal Flight. It's one of my least favorite levels, unfortunately. You remember the fan chest hit things off screen? Got him. This run went from meta sad in 1 level. Yep. This level sucks. This is a hard level. Bye. There you go. It's not a terrible run. This run sucks in terms of, like, what you would expect out of most speedruns, like, at a high level, but at the same time, like, 2 hours is still better than a lot of people on the leaderboards. Ugh. And the good news about doing that supercharge trick to hit the key chest in the hub world is that now you don't have to worry about, going back to get the key and then going out of the level. So there's a couple different tricks on this level, however, only one of my, last attempt backups is one that involves me losing lives, so I don't think we're gonna lose a ton of lives on this level, if any. We need to do 1 death abuse. I missed the chest. So you'll notice I'm doing a technique a lot of the time where I'm running up to the big enemies, flaming them, and then charging straight through them, and sometimes their gems home in on me. That's called flame charging, quite literally. That's the name of the technique, and nice. Flame charging is basically a way to trick the game into thinking that you charged an enemy, even when it's an enemy that's not chargeable. Like this dude. You can't charge him, but you can flame him. But if you flame him, and then at the same time as your flame hits him, you charge, the game goes, oh, you must have charged him. Let me make sure that gem homes in on you, because the game automatically makes sure your gems home in. Once got second place on a really popular Roblox speedrun leaderboards. It was like 7 months ago. Hey, that's pretty good, man. Congrats. Shit. Okay, this is a hard trick for me. Some days I get it, some days I don't. If not, I'll try and do the backup strat. And then if not, I'll do the other backup strat. And then I'll do the strat that is basically the casual strat. But I'll try this a few times, because I'm not really that butthurt by it. That was terrible. Nope, I hit the roof. So this is a really weird strat with the supercharge ramps. You're not supposed to be able to keep supercharges going up supercharge ramps, obviously. And you're not supposed to be able to go up walls. But there's a very specific frame where this works, or a specific area where this works. Because supercharge ramps in this game are a little bit wonky, actually. We'll try this a couple more times, and then I'll go do the others. I'll just do the other setup, it's fine. And I'll see if I can get it that way. So you go over here, jump up the wall, and then supercharge down this way. This should give me enough speed going back up. If I don't fucking bonk. Sixth, actually. Hey, nice. You love to see it, man. Let's do the setup again. Normally, I'm a lot better about getting the setup through this method, but I'm still not perfect at it. My problem isn't with getting the supercharge ramp bit right. It's with getting this right. Because you need enough speed to be able to get that. Out of 1405, you got a 6th. That's pretty damn good. That is pretty good, man. You should be proud of yourself. This is not the route you're supposed to take. This is... I'm like mixing up portions of the route. But I guess that's fine. I don't really care that much. We're here to goof off. We're here to have fun. You know, I did actually contact Cake Jumper, a streamer on Twitch, who I hang out with a lot. Why did I grab this? Also, Hexus from Fern Gully Pog. And nobody knows what I'm talking about at all. But, so I contacted Cake Jumper last night after I got my Retro Tank in, because now I can finally play my PS2 on stream again. And I was like, hey, Cake, if you want to do another, so like last year, in, I want to say early spring, I went ahead and did a quote-unquote speedrun race with Cake Jumper. So Cake enjoys playing Spyro the Dragon, but she plays casually. So I was like, I bet that I can beat the game twice in the time it takes you to beat the game once. Unfortunately, the run's incredibly luck-based. Yeah, I hate RNG-based runs, man. I can't deal with it. It's just silly a lot of the time. Yeah, 1 in 500 run. But, yeah, that I don't really understand that. It's still fun, yeah, as long as you're enjoying it, that's what matters. But as far as, like, speedruns... Oh, the run's only 2 minutes. Yeah, exactly. You have time to, like, sit and reset and do it over and over if that's what you feel like. Because the run's not super long. This is an hour-and-a-half run on a high-level run. So, like, you know, this is a longer run and not something that you would generally want to reset on a lot. But anyway, so, yeah, I was talking with Cake Jumper, or I sent Cake Jumper a message and was like, hey, look, if you want to do another quote-unquote speedrun race, I'd be down. Or if you want to play another Spyro game and just learn some stuff, that'd be fun, too. I realize I'm on 0 lives. Don't worry about that. Definitely not a problem. Oh, I can do Boldar Skip. So Boldar Skip, I'm just going to do it, and I'll explain it as I go. I've never done that before. Are you kidding me? Come on. Come on, camera. What am I doing wrong? This is not a hard trick. I have lost all the time saved from Boldar skip because of that. Still takes about 3 to 4 hours to get a good run and then just don't mess up. Yeah, exactly. No, I understand. Mario 64 0-star runs. 0-star runs are a little scary, not gonna lie. Then again, Mario 64 runs are just scary. That's fine. I can grab that last plane later. But yeah, so the way that Boldar skip works is... So the way that portals work in this game is when Spyro goes into a portal, you lose control of Spyro. Spyro continues to move forward through the level. He has no collision with anything in the level. And the camera follows him in. Once the camera is at a point where the skybox has taken up the entire screen and you can no longer see the previous, like the hub world, that's when you, that's when the level deloads. So what Boldar skip does is it actually catches the camera directly behind the, it catches the camera directly behind the archway. That way it can't go into the portal fast enough to catch up to Spyro before Spyro hits Boldar the dragon. Hits Boldar's hitbox. Or the dragon pedestal hitbox that starts Boldar's cutscene. So Boldar's cutscene starts playing. The flag triggering Boldar is skipped, like it just did. And now you've got a pretty solid... the flag triggering Boldar is put on, and then you've also skipped his cutscene because the level deloaded as soon as you tried to do the cutscene. Yeah, Mario 64 0-star runs are a thing. If you look them up, they do exist. They're something else, man. Yeah, exactly. The backwards long jumps. There's a lot of silly tech with Mario 64. That's what you get, you know? Older games. These flying stages make me very thick or sick, because if they make you thick, we can talk some more. I'm just saying. How you doing, Bitta? Hope you're doing alright. Why did I flame that? Whatever, grab these. Yeah, what's happening, Gravel Pit? You doing alright? How was your trip down to the shops? Whoa, okay. Try it again. So there's a cycle that I have to catch here. Also, fun fact, these druids right here, these are the only druids in the game that you cannot charge. For whatever reason. I don't understand why they're different than every other druid that's been in this part so far. Down with the thickness. So we're about halfway through the run now. I'd say I'm making pretty decent time. I am a fucking moron, though. I am really a moron. Ever see the 0-star run Mario cartoon? Aw, fuck. Okay, so we're starting at the beginning of the hub world again. That was my fault. I should have paid more attention and stopped trying to go super fast there. That was a pretty terrible blowhard anyway. The shops were grand, but I still get upset every time I pass the cans. Aw. It's all good, lad. Yeah, I do like people who are have gotten into the habit of animating how specific speedruns work. Gotta love supercharge ramps. They made speedrunner tech, guys. They did it. Definitely intentional. Definitely not anything weird going on there. Bye-bye. One thing I never really understood about this is how, like, empty the levels generally feel. So we got everything inside. We literally don't need to go back inside, I don't think. I'm gonna grab this dude, though. We almost beat Blowhard out to his post. Charge. Grab that. Oh, I never get that. Fuck. So he throws his gems all over the arena. The goal is to try and get as close to his body as possible so you don't have to worry about that. Oh man, my neck. But yeah, I don't know. I've been enjoying YouTube streaming, though. Just going off on a little tangent here. I've really been enjoying streaming on YouTube. I feel like there's a lot less to worry about. Because, like, YouTube obviously doesn't have a lot of features that Twitch has, which are good. But also, it means that streaming itself is a lot simpler. No idea what I subscribed to you for. I think it was from a run you did Super Mario Sunshine a long time ago on stream, and then I subbed. Yeah, man. So that run was from, I want to say, early last year. The Super Mario Sunshine. Yeah, we just running around in Super Mario Sunshine, having a good time. I don't speedrun that game, but it was a good time. I used to stream over on Twitch, and then all the stuff started happening, and there was a bunch of drama on Twitch, and I didn't want to be a part of it, so I just stopped. And partially because I wanted to stop streaming on Twitch, partially because I got a new computer, and I needed to learn how to set all that up, and I swapped over to Linux as an operating system, so I was learning how to use, I was learning how to stream off of Linux and all this other stuff, and, like, honestly, I'm in a good position now. I'm streaming on YouTube. We're feeling good. Hardest AI and Smash Melee TikToks are wild. Oh, no. I don't know what you're talking about, Bitta, unfortunately, because I'm not super, familiar, but... At first I thought it wouldn't be as good. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's very slimmed down. And that's not inherently a good thing or a bad thing. But I kind of like it for the sole purpose of I get to come on, hit the button, manage which broadcast I want to stream from, and then stream. I don't need a BRB screen. Well, I do need a BRB screen, but I don't need like a just starting screen or a now ending screen or anything like that. Like, YouTube handles that for me. I put up a single thumbnail and it's just there. I tell people when I'm going to stream. They get notified when I'm on YouTube, as opposed to Twitch, which only sometimes notifies people when they're live, or when the people that they like are live. It's very weird. I should have... This is technically not optimal route, but it's fine. Real gamers have Hannah Montana Linux. I saw that, and I'm tempted to try it out. We could mess around with that. Maybe someday I'll set up my laptop or something to record, or maybe I'll set up my... Maybe I'll set up my laptop with some operating systems that we can mess around with. There's still no chance to create clips during stream. Yeah, don't sweat it, man. It's something I'm looking forward to, but I realize that YouTube's rolling things out very slowly, and I'm not really pressed about it. One thing I did learn, though, is that I got more emote slots over on Twitch, so if you guys ever want any specific emotes on Twitch and you can't find them on any other channel, let me know, because I don't stream from Twitch anymore. It's just emotes, so you could just subscribe to me and get random emotes. And I think I got animated emotes even, which is bizarre because Queen Rowlet doesn't even have animated emotes. Motherfucker, every time this dude's body gets in the way. Did I miss a bot? Not that I can think of. No, not that I've seen, at least. I'm gonna wait. Terrible cycle, but it's fine. Super Mario Sunshine is one of my favorite frustrating games. Cheers to that one, man. That game is frustrating to even just complete normally. 100%ing that game is one of the most miserable experiences I can think of. But I like the game. I love the game's movement. It feels good. It's fun, for the most part, even if it's a very bizarre game. It's definitely the redheaded stepchild. I'm a fucking moron. I thought that I have soft-locked myself there. So you can soft-lock yourself on that zapping platform if you kill the guy who's making the electricity happen before the animation finishes for him. And then you just get stuck on that platform forever. I thought I was just gone. Why did I jump down here first? This is not the route that I take. This is way slower. Just want to make sure. Yeah, no, you're good, man. I'll say something if there's a bot. Or take care of it myself, hell. This is like a train wreck of a terrace village. I don't even understand what I'm doing here. This is supposed to be the end of the level. But because I'm a moron, I decided to fly down here instead of just flying over to the end of the level and grabbing all the gems and then coming back over here like a smart person. Every good game has a soft lock. That's a sentence I agree with entirely. Done. Doesn't seem to work from mobile. Yeah, you can type @ to make sure people see your message. I wouldn't sweat it. It's no big deal either way. YouTube mobile does not seem like a very well thought out piece of software, so I wouldn't sweat it too much. I'm gonna do this the dumb and really slow way, despite the knowing how to do the fast way, because I like having sparks. You do a damage abuse here to get all those chests in one go, where you fall into the water and then charge immediately into those 2 chests, while the iframes from getting hit are still active. That way you can just hit both of them and leave it. Trainwreck and a draw on a stream? No, never. Although I will admit, streaming itself has been going a lot smoother. Maybe not the games I'm playing, but the streaming process itself has been generally pretty smooth. I haven't really had many issues at all, other than, like, occasional dropped frames, but that's not really anything I can control, unfortunately. Alright. Welcome to Wild Flight. This is a level that I'm not very good at. It's fine, I can grab that later. By the way, this game's soundtrack, I already mentioned it, made by Stuart Copeland, drummer from the Beatles, from the Police, the other band that's, to be fair, I guess there's a lot of bands that are just the blank. Huh. Discussion, what's the hardest achievement you've ever gotten in a game? That's a good question. I really don't pay attention to achievements. That's not why I play games, so a lot of the time I just don't think about it that much. It's probably something from One Step from Eden, honestly. Or, yeah, I'd say it's probably something from One Step from Eden. That's a game that I tend to get heavily invested in from time to time. This is terrible, man. What a bad Wild Flight. It's fine. We didn't fail. I'm calling it good. I need to learn routes again, is all that this is telling me. It's probably something in One Step from Eden. There's some really nasty achievements in One Step from Eden. For anybody who doesn't know, One Step from Eden is like, basically, if you've ever seen Mega Man Battle Network, it's kind of like that. It's a real-time, tile-based, tactical combat game where you have a deck-building system where you basically you get to set up, like, different abilities in a deck of cards, and then you randomly draw from that deck of cards and are able to use one of those 2 abilities whenever you draw them. It's generally pretty fun, but it's extremely hectic. Thank you, Sparks. I realized you were picking up the butterfly. Also, shout out to trees that try and eat you. You could call it treason if you wanted. So over it from getting over it from beating the game 50 times. Not bad, man. You got more patience than I do. I did play Getting Over It for a while, and I got pretty close to beating it. I never bothered. Just because I think I deleted the game at one point and never re-downloaded it. But that's just what it is. You know, I drift from game to game, man. That's why I can't really stick to speedrunning a lot of the time. I have to be in a very specific mindset to stick to speedrunning, and honestly, a lot of the time I just don't have that mindset. That's okay. Ignore tree. Hit the pig. Somehow flop there. That was weird. I wasn't sure if I was going to make that glide. So if I get hit here, I'm kind of stuck. Treason. There you go. But yeah, I don't have a ton to say about this level. This level is one of the hardest levels in the game, but it's also got a fair amount of fun points to it. The frogs are by far the worst thing in the level, though. They are extremely fast and very good at catching you off guard, and there's a section at the end that has like 5 frogs in it. Everybody calls it Guantanamo Bay. I call it Battletoads. Mostly because there's a specific dragon. I'll actually let that dragon play out when I go grab him. This is not the route that I normally take. I'm just kind of free-flowing this. We all know what the game is, and if you don't, welcome to the game. This isn't the most optimal routing, but I don't care right now. I'm just kind of letting my brain go. At some point I could have beaten the game in 2 minutes. That's pretty good. Hardest achievement I've gotten is probably the 100% completion of Bug Fables. That's fair enough, man. 100%ing anything is hard. Or at least 100%ing most games is hard. Just because there's usually a lot of content there, and sometimes it's stuff you really don't want to do. It's hard to keep that motivation. It isn't really hard, but it takes some time. Yeah. That's an RPG thing as well. Once you get past a certain point, like, you're going to have enough stats to be able to do whatever you need. That's bad. I'm just going to die. What's Bug Fables? So if you've ever played or heard of the Paper Mario franchise, specifically the original, like, Paper Mario or Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, it's like that. It's a JRPG series with really, like, soft, or really, like, low number stats. And like, in art style, it's very much supposed to display, like, all the characters and all the environments are made out of paper. I don't think Bug Fables leans as much into the whole, like, crazy, like, folding paper mechanic, but I could be wrong. Mike would be the one to ask about that. A turn-based RPG, super similar to Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Yep. I'm gonna grab another life here, although I probably don't need it. I don't trust myself. Apparently 66.9% of people have the Taking Inventory achievement in Minecraft. No idea how. Somebody bought Minecraft for them and they just never played it. Yeah, the game looks awesome. I love the art style of Bug Fable. Same thing with Paper Mario, which is a game that I wouldn't mind playing through on here again, although I played through it last year, and that was a time. I had to play through the entire game like twice because I messed up and forgot, or I messed up a glitch that Luke and I have been setting up for most of the game. So I had to play through the game up to Chapter 6 twice. Or up to Chapter 4, sorry. 4 or 5 twice. I looked at the speedrun page of Hades, and I was on top 500 global. Not bad, man. Pretty good. I don't know where I'm at, actually, with Hades anymore. I haven't looked at my stuff in forever. I never submitted a run, so. Anyway, that was Guantanamo Bay, also called Battletoads. I forgot to let that dragon play out, but basically there's a dragon somewhere that just goes, "Beware of attack, frog, Spyro." Because everybody sounds like they're from Cajun South in this place. That 10 gem is like the worst possible placement in the level. Who's just gonna walk behind the tree? Like, there's a whole other route that's very obvious, and, like, I don't know. This is a game that promotes exploration, though, so I suppose that being, like, an early 3D mascot platformer, it's just what it is. I do want to get into some more obscure PS1 games, though. By the way, there's a dude on YouTube that I really love. His name is Thora High Heels. He does extremely good commentary, I don't know, video essays, whatever you want to call it, on, like, very strange PS1 and PS2 games. A lot of retro stuff. He does some PS3 stuff as well. Thor High Heels is like one of my favorite people to listen to because his voice is relatively calming and he's extremely funny in both his video editing and his actual script writing. 100% recommend him for anybody who's just looking for something to vibe to. Once played a Roblox game where you need to play the game for 5 minutes to get an achievement, and 78% of people didn't have it. That sounds about right. Oh, I fucked that up. Do this setup again. Hopefully that was enough height. Yeah, that'll work. So yeah, anybody who's really confused about what just happened, so Treetops is a level that is based around supercharged ramps, and you're supposed to be able to route your way through the entirety of the level to get over here. This is like the last place you're supposed to figure out how to go. And so what you do, there's a couple ways around it, but basically the way that, oh, you know what? I should grab the dragon pedestal again. But basically, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to charge all the way around through, like, most of the level to get there. Instead, what most people do is, not that. Or at least when you're speedrunning, most people don't do that. Where you can, if you jump at just the right angle, the supercharged ramp gives you more speed than you're supposed to have. And you just basically abuse that. I missed the other flame chest. Shit. What just happened? Oh, I'll show it off again, because I don't really care too much about time right now. So, this supercharge ramp right here, you're supposed to get over to this island, right? But this island is really hard to get to. You can't get it from just supercharging and then turning left. That's not how it works. You need to go through a whole set of supercharge ramps throughout the level. Instead, what you do, there's a couple of speedrun tricks you can use. Basically, the way that the way that supercharge ramps work in this game is the supercharge ramps affect how Spyro moves and his properties. And so what you can do is basically these supercharge ramps hitboxes extend infinitely upwards from wherever they are in the level. So the higher you are when you come off the supercharge ramp, or when you start the supercharge, the more speed you're gonna get. So if you just jump, so you're just barely not able to make this supercharge jump if you go just to the left here from like a normal supercharge, but if you jump into it, it actually gives you enough speed that you get enough height to be able to just barely make that jump. So that's what happened there. There's a few other tricks. There's actually a trick you can pull here that I'm gonna try once, but I'm really bad at it. Yeah. Okay, so basically, if you get on the supercharge ramp at the right spot, and then you can, like, basically get a really high jump off of this ledge by just holding charge and jump at the same time. And it sends you launching upwards, and then you can just glide over there. It saves, like, a second or so over the supercharge strategy. But, yeah, there's a lot of ways to get over there that people have figured out over the years, but that's the one that I use is, like, one of the original ones. Nice. Don't have to worry about that gem. You can miss that red thief there. He'll, like, start an animation and turn invulnerable if you miss the trigger for him. But we happen to skip it, so it's fine. Or, like, rather, if you hit the trigger for him, not if you miss it. Hello? That was terrible. Mostly my own fault, though. So this level's kind of a... It's a lot. It's a lot. It's just a lot. Stone Knot? Nope. Fuck. Okay, we'll go try Stone Knot again. And then I'll do the backup strat. That was terrible. What just happened? I'm just gonna go do the backup. Fuck it. So this is the intended strat. The actual strat that most speedrunners use is called Stone Knot, where you basically use that piece of geometry there as a ramp for the supercharge. But the problem is if you're not careful, you bonk, and it's just bad. I am missing 5 gems. Where am I missing 5 gems? There. Have you checked the time just in case you have to do something? No, I know. I gotta go by like 2 o'clock. It's currently 12:40. So I'm good for the moment. Yeah, it's 12:40 right now. I'm in EST. I'm good. If I really gotta stop, I'll stop. But I'm having a decent time with this, so. Come on, man. That's also not something you're supposed to be able to jump up, but we do it anyway. Speedrunners. We're not supposed to be able to do this, but we're doing it anyway. Maybe that's why I like speedrunning. Say hi to the level where they have monkeys throw other monkeys at you. It's wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, so we got a little while yet. I'm probably good for at least another hour before I'm like, okay, I should really start getting set up to go. But we're almost at the end of Beastmakers, which means we're making decent time with this run. Not anything phenomenal, I don't think, but, you know. We've got Beastmakers, and that's it. We've got Metalhead, and that's it for Beastmakers, actually. That was a terrible wall glide. For me, it's early morning. Yeah, I gotcha, man. Well, hey, man, whenever you can catch my streams, you're welcome in. Normally, I stream a little bit later in the day on Fridays, although that may be switching around some. We may be doing some Saturday streams. We may be doing... Maybe just keep the Sunday streams. I have no idea. You're always welcome in. Realize the content is generally not going to be super suitable for kids, but hey, as long as you're comfortable with that. I can't really do anything else about it. Whoa. All I can do is say that, hey, these streams are not meant for children generally. But I try to keep things relatively PG. Circle of life. Yeah, I'm not particularly good at this game, but I understand the basic movement options and everything, and honestly, that's all you really need to get started with this game. This game is like 80% movement. It's like 80% movement and just knowing where you're going. Ooh, I don't like that link. Hey, Walker Pierce, can you get rid of that one? Man, am I glad chat is not on screen right now. How did I miss those two? Goodbye to you too, bot. Please go away. Whatever you do, don't click on that. Fuck, did I miss the gem up there? Yeah, Walker Pierce is probably in and out taking care of homework and a couple other things, so I'm not gonna push him too much. I can delete it in a minute. I just need to... I don't want to finish this level before we get too far out. Yeah, don't read that bot message. Okay, that's fine. Sure. We'll grab him on the way out. I am terrible at hitting these. There we go. He hit his own thing. We're good. Bad bot. Yep. Bad bot. Bonk. I am getting a little bit hungry. I'm tempted to grab lunch and just chill for a little bit at the end of this. But I might just grab lunch later on and then we'll figure it out from there. Fucking. Okay. That was terrible execution. Like I said, I haven't played this game in a long time. I've got some things still down pat, but like later levels, absolutely not. I need to practice later levels again. I can guarantee you the Dreamweavers is going to be terrible. And this is why you normally split. In speedruns, you generally aren't required to have splits for each level, but it's encouraged because then you can figure out what works for you, you know? Like, what works for you, what do you need to work on, what are you comfortable with? You know, what can you change, what risk can you take, stuff like that. Whoa. Sparks, come on, man. Step it up. I'm just gonna die here. According to the virus total, is a total of 5 viruses. Don't click on that shit, man. It's dangerous. Can I make that glide? Nope. I fucked up already. Maybe. Nope. I could have gotten over there, but that's fine. I'm not really worried about this run. I don't want to run all the way over there, though. Yeah, you can soft lock if you do that. It doesn't happen super often, but it does happen. I don't know how I avoided taking damage there, but sure. We'll call that okay. Do I still have the key, or do I gotta go get the key again? Yes, I still have the key. Cool. I like the stylization of these dudes. It's just like dudes with like backpacks wearing headphones, jamming out to their own stuff, and occasionally just zapping the platform under them. Where's the Ice Maze level in this game? There's Ice Cavern, which we've already done. I can't think of another one, actually. Oh, no. Yeah, I think you're thinking of a different Spyro game. You're probably thinking of, I'm still missing 4 gems. Where am I missing? Okay. Rip run. Yeah, I think you're thinking of a different Spyro game. It could be Frozen Altar from Spyro 3? Maybe? Maybe that's what you're thinking of? I can't, like, confirm off the top of my head. Frozen Altar is the one that lets you, have Ice Breath. Or it could be... I don't remember the name of the one from Spyro 2. But there's definitely a couple. Is it Frozen Glacier, I think? Pig's gonna be here. Nope. Not the pig. Oh, I see him. How did I miss those? I don't know how I missed those. Don't quit game. I thought I was in a level for a second. Although at this point, this would be a dead run, I would normally say. But, like, whatever. We're just vibing. I think it's one where you retrieve a pencil. Oh, are you so that's Spyro 2. But that's not a... That's Mystic Marsh. That's not a, That's not a level... That's not an ice level, I don't think. But if it's the same game, then that's Spyro 2, and you're probably thinking of either Frozen Glacier, or it might be Magma Cone, because there's a section in Magma Cone where you fight... You fight, quote-unquote fight. You mess with Hunter and try and collect more popcorn ice crystals than him. Motherfucker. Okay. Yeah, I'm not playing well, huh? I'm not gonna go for the Haunted Towers wall glide, because it's just not viable for me right now. I'm not that great at wall glides in general, and that one's gonna require a lot of practice. This is one of my favorite levels in the game, despite being one of the hardest, both from a speedrun perspective and a normal perspective, because it requires you to find some stuff that's very, very not easily shown. So we're gonna see what we can do here. Well, that ain't working. It's okay, though. Okay, so we just need to blaze... Well, we already fucked up, so we're gonna have to go get the other fairy. If you do that perfectly, you can get all the way over here to this metal gate. But we're not gonna do that. It wasn't an ice maze. Yeah, if it's not an ice maze, then you're probably thinking of Mystic Marsh, which is the one where you're required to do this really convoluted series of fetch quests to get a bunch of things from a bunch of other people. I'm not doing Wizard Proxy either. That shit's hard. The weird snail elephant guys. Yes, that is Mystic Marsh in Spyro 2. It's actually a pretty fun level, but kind of weird. I'm doing the most basic strat for this, because this is pretty much the intended strat to get over here. But I don't feel comfortable trying to do the tricks to try and get over here, because there's a couple tricks. One of them was developed by one of the previous world record holders, Saboom, ages ago. I was actually in the stream where he was figuring it out. And managed to hard lock his game. It wasn't a soft lock, literally like the entire console, like, there was an error. Like, it was glitching out really badly. But it was funny. So now we've got... The routing for this level is basically you need to get over here and kiss this golden fairy as quickly as possible. This golden fairy gives you infinite super flame for the duration of this level. And that's great. Hear me out, Spyro, but it's Tony Hawk. Go elaborate. Elaborate, Walker Pierce. Because, like, there are skateboarding segments in Spyro 3 where you get tricks. Like, they basically ripped off Tony Hawk's Underground 1. Intended strat. Yawn. Yeah, exactly. I would much rather do the unintended strats there, but I'm not. Not today. Excuse me. I need to learn them better, and that strat is actually kind of hard. You basically have to trap yourself between the wizard, where the whirlwind is, and the wall, and hope that you get stuck there in such a way that when the wizard dies, his body clips into your model, and then you get skyrocketed up, and then it can glide over. It's not easy by any means. Spyro, but it's Tony Hawk. I mean, like, there is skateboarding. Spyro, but always on a skateboard. Yeah, I'm sure that there's a glitch or something you can do with that in Spyro 3. I'm sure that there's a way that you can get stuck on a skateboard for, like, the majority of a level. So here's the downside of this particular strat for this level, is if you go for the Golden Fairy immediately, if you die, you have to go back to the Golden Fairy again. So you actually have to be kind of careful here. Because if you fall off a cliff or otherwise die, you have to run all the way back to her. And it's not a particularly short trek. You lose like 30 seconds if you do it. It sounds super fun or the most annoying thing ever. Right, because some of this platforming is on areas like this that don't have any railings whatsoever. The fodder getting in my way. This music is also some of the best, in my opinion, for this game. So you can flame charge the knights. It's just really hard. Every enemy has a different flame charge hitbox that you need to work out. Where am I missing that many gems? Fucking every time. Okay, I know exactly where they are. Golden Fairy, not Berry. Fairy. But the Golden Berry would be interesting, I'm sure. Yeah, where you have to not die once. Yeah, once you get the Fairy Kiss, you can't die. Like, if you die, then you've got to not restart the entire level, but you're going to lose, like, 30 seconds basically doing what I'm doing now because I missed gems. Because I always forget these gems. But yeah, you can't die if you're once you've gotten the super power up, or you've got to go get it again, which is terrible. I'm missing 2 gems. This is where my memory is, like, faltering in this game, I guess. Just the very end. Golden Berry. Yeah, from Pokemon. It's the rival from Gen 4, Golden Berry. He goes Super Saiyan. I was thinking of something last night. I don't miss most of 2020, but I ever so slightly miss how much simpler that year was overall, even if it's inconvenient. How did I miss a chest? Yeah, I can understand that, Walker Pierce. I don't know if I missed 2020. It was pretty bad. It was a pretty bad year for me. The beginning of 2021 was pretty good. Yeah, I know Golden Berry is a Celeste thing. We're just messing. But, yeah, Spyro... I don't know. I don't even remember the last time I ran Spyro. It definitely wasn't 2020. But 2020 was definitely a much simpler year in terms of, like, what was actually happening, I think, for me as well. But, yeah, I know what Golden Berries are. You have to beat the whole level without dying. It's a little difficult. I've seen people try and do it. I've seen people do some pretty nasty stuff, especially on Summit. I've played through Celeste. I didn't bother doing Golden Berries. I basically played through the story and then stopped, and that was well before most of the updates came out. So I haven't touched it in a long time. The amount of times I've missed those specific chests has been infuriating. But yeah, I don't know. I think right now I'm just, like... Well, to put it simply, I lost some friends recently over something that blew up. I made a mistake, yeah, but I think it blew up when it didn't really need to, and... I don't know. I just miss my friends. Sucks. But nothing I can really do about it at the moment, possibly later. Everybody needs time to cool down and not deal with this for a little while, so... It is what it is. Is it waiting for the Epsilon variant of COVID? We'll get there, I'm sure. We're well past the point of being able to get herd immunity, by the way. That's the scary part. I would love for everybody to be able to get herd immunity. I don't think it's going to happen. Like, it's just not possible at this point. So it's going to be like the flu. Except possibly deadlier. Likely deadlier. What am I doing? I need to go over here. Golden Berry from Pokemon will be our Kappa. Look, when I get channel partner status, like when I get YouTube partner status, I'm down. But we're a ways out from that still. Yeah, it's all good, Baylor. You know what? Shit's happening. We're vibing. COVID Omega literally just sets the person on fire. It's just like, people just start spontaneously combusting. Oh, he got COVID. That was terrible. Trying to avoid those turtles, by the way, like the shots from those turtles as you're trying to kill them, is the worst. Gotta wait for that now, because I don't have enough health left from sparks. So now I gotta grab these, and I'm doing a really piss-poor job. There we go. Hey, don't apologize, man. It's just, it sucks. I lost good friends over something stupid, but it's my fault. Nothing else that can be done about it. I said they're not comfortable. I said, okay. You know, what else can you do? I wish there was more open communication about this sort of thing, but it is what it is. People are going to react how they're going to react, and there's no point in thinking... There's no point in trying to understand somebody past a certain degree. There's no point in thinking that you can change an outcome of something, so... I just kind of gotta hope that we're going to be friends again someday.
Thank you.
Thank you for releasing me. There we go. That was... I tried to jump, and the game decided I was going to go off the cliff first. Theta variant, you die instantly. I doubt it. But, like, the long and short of it is, like, this is mutating well past the point where it's, like, controllable. You know? It's still deadly. I'm just, like, everybody... I don't care what your stance is. My personal stance is everybody should mask up, even if you're vaccinated. If you're sick and your boss tries to call you into work, tell them no. If you're in the US and your boss goes like, well, the CDC says we don't need to. That doesn't mean much to me. I understand that people have their own issues, and there's bigger issues than just being sick and being able to spread a virus, but at the same time, like, it's for the good of everybody, you know? Everybody should go get vaccinated. Everybody should go grab their booster shots and vaccinate and wear masks and just... Don't be a dick, man. That's all I'm saying. You want to say what happened? No, I'd rather not talk about it publicly more so than that, but, you know, that's part of why I've been... It's been a big deal the past couple weeks. It's a lot of drama. But I appreciate you asking, guys. But this is not something I would like to air too much publicly. That's about as much as I would be comfortable airing publicly. I appreciate the concern, though, guys. It does mean a lot. But I'm at a point now where, like, I've found another group of people who are able to help and support me, including a bunch of streamers who I would love to plug, but I don't think I have a shout-out function set up. You motherfucker! Turn him back! Oh, that was weird. He was in, like, a halfway state. Anti-vaxxers. Yep, I agree. I agree. And we don't have sparks. That's good. Yeah, this is where everything just kind of falls apart. Hey, we made it. Be sure to set boundaries between you and your employer. Exactly. My boss respects me. I respect him. He doesn't ask a ton from me, and I respect the hell out of that. He's a good boss. I do love my employment. My current employment is not something I want to be doing as a job, but I gotta tell you, everybody there is great, pays good, I get good benefits. I can't really ask for much more than that. At least not at the moment. Although a raise to keep up with inflation would be nice. I'm starting to, like, feel the effects of inflation, like, on my personal memory, I guess. What am I doing? You goddamn idiot. There we go. Can't charge that. America's a dumpster fire right now for COVID. It's a dumpster fire for a lot of things right now. COVID just happens to be the big talking point. I'll be the first one to admit I've considered moving out of this country at some points. And I'm not opposed to doing that still. 2 days ago, we had like 1.8 million cases in one day. Yeah, that's absurd. If they call you in on your day off, okay, fine, but make sure they know it's really not okay. Yeah, if they gotta have somebody come in, and they call you in on your day off, and you agree, sure, fuck it. But if you don't agree, they shouldn't be able to threaten to, like, fire you. That's stupid. That is not the route, but you know what? I've freelanced that and it worked. What's the job, by the way? I don't think I've ever asked because I'm scatterbrained. Basically, I've probably explained it once or twice, but like I never really go into a whole lot of depth about it. Basically, I'm doing accounting light at this point. I am in the construction field, specifically repiping of older buildings, whether it's a hydronic system, a plumbing system, domestic water supply. That's generally what we do. Although we've got a couple water sprinkler jobs recently. And I do basically budget accounting. Everybody comes to me looking for an estimation. Everybody comes to me looking for estimates for jobs. All the salespeople come to me and say, "Hey, we need an estimate for this job. Here's the info we have. What's the number that we're going to be giving them?" So I'm not the one who necessarily draws up the final contracts or anything like that, but I draw up like prices and letters. Stream Elements bot running. Were you not running before? I saw you running at the beginning of stream, bud. I thought it was a myth, but it's true. Yeah, 1.8 million. It's crazy. But yeah, I do a lot of that, a lot of estimation work, putting together letters for the salespeople to send out, detailing what we're doing, what we're not doing, what we assume about the job based on, you know, a lot of the time I'm looking at construction drawings, like original construction drawings that are like 50 plus years old. So we'll put together little letters saying, yeah, water supply is very important, solid work. Yeah, it's not something I want to do. I'd rather be in robotics as a field or something more being tailored to my engineering degree, because as of right now, I'm not really using my engineering degree. Because, like, honestly, what I'm doing right now, it sounds like a lot, but basically I'm looking at spreadsheets all day. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking at spreadsheets all day, and I'm putting together tools to help us estimate things more efficiently, and also putting together things for upper management at this point, so they seem to like me because I'm doing that. Tool development and estimation work, I guess is the best way to put it. Don't need these fairies. Uh-oh, we got a Stream Elements bot in chat. Ban him. No, don't ban the Stream Elements bot. We need that one. I'm gonna try this. Ah. Almost. Okay. So there's a bug you can do there with it's a physics exploit basically that you can do there. That's really fun. Where you launch yourself up onto that platform. I too look at spreadsheets all day. Exactly. We're kindred. We're kin. We are kindred spirits. Looking at Excel spreadsheets all day for a living. Not necessarily my most favorite thing to do, but at least I'm developing new Excel spreadsheets half the time, which is mainly what I've been doing for the past couple weeks, because we haven't been getting a lot of estimates. Because we just don't need a lot of them right now. It's a slow time of year. Shout out to this level for lagging really badly. It's like one of the few levels in this game that lags horribly. That's pretty neat. How you doing, Brianna? Hope you're doing okay. But it's a decent job. I don't hate it. My boss likes me. I have exactly one other employee in the same field, or in the same area as me, and then we've got my boss. So, like, I'm happy, and I get to work with upper management in a comfy little office that is usually way too cold for its own good. And I get to work from home 2 days a week. Like I said, I'm making decent money, decent benefits. I get to work from home a couple days a week. I am generally satisfied, although I wish the office wasn't 60 miles away from my house. I don't even think I can ban Stream Elements Bop. Mods can't ban other mods. Ah, I see. It's always so weird when YouTubers would be like, oh, I have an architecture degree. Yeah, I mean, like, some people just do this for fun. I do this for fun. I don't want to make a career out of this. Like, if I do make a career out of this, I want it to be on my terms, you know? I want to be, like, already in a position where I could say, yeah, I can jump ship. I'm not trying to, like... I want to be in a position where I can say that, yep, I'm doing this. You know? This is, like, the most fucked up route through this level you could possibly take. Lofty is such a weird level. It's the level with, like, the most routing options in the game, I think. But yeah, I mean, I have a mechanical engineering degree. It's a bachelor's, but, like, it still took me 6 years to get. Because, college is hard, and I had some not so great academic years. I didn't understand a lot of things and had some trouble with college occasionally. But I think everybody does to some extent. Nobody walks a perfectly linear path. Everybody does their own thing, and that's okay. Why is the flame not coming out? I think that got eaten. I think that flame input got eaten. Alright, grab this. Apparently bonk. Grab this fairy. Doing good? Hey. We're all doing good. I need to fucking take my Fundamentals of Engineering exam, though, because I still haven't taken my FE. Which is a thing in the US for getting certified as a mechanical engineer. Well, an engineer in training. I have 2 IT diplomas and a full industry certifications. Yeah, everybody's got their own thing they're doing. And honestly, more power to you, man. You don't need to do, like, some crazy degree if you're perfectly happy with what you got and if you're making decent money. IT work is good work, although I realize that sometimes you feel a little bit thankless. Or it feels a little bit thankless, rather. It's good work and it's important work, and I appreciate everybody who goes into IT because God knows I would strangle a motherfucker if I had to work in IT. That was a terrible route through that level. That's a route that I need to learn again if we're going to do speedruns, but I don't even know if I want to do speedruns for this. I have neither of those things. Ayy. That's all good too, man. You know what? There's no such thing as a perfect job or a dream job, at least for me. I never believed that. You find a job that you're happy with and you can work, and something satisfying. I'm never going to be one who is so involved in my work that I'm, you know, that's the thing I want to work towards for my life. It's just not me. And that's okay. The sooner you come to accept that maybe you're just doing things to exist, it's okay. Find the things you care about. For me, that's people. That's relationships. Which is why the thing with my friends hurt so bad. It's hard not to just casually murder a stupid coworker. Cheers to that one, man. So it looks like we're probably going to finish this right on time for me to get out of here soon. A little over 2 hours on a run. Not terrible, considering I've been kind of going slow. The FE isn't too bad? Okay, I just need to study some more then. Get, like, one of the little booklets for it. Because, like, I should get my FE. That's just what it is. I'm working under a professional engineer. Even if I'm not really doing proper engineering work, I get a feeling he would sign off on it because he knows that I'm relatively competent. Single cake. Nope, no single cake. Okay, so anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, this is called, everybody calls this single cake. I can't do it right here because I don't have enough speed. Single cake, that was terrible, but like single cake is basically, you only hit one of those gestures to raise the platform up high enough for you to just barely reach into that cave, and then also to barely glide over here. But you need a lot of momentum to do it, which means you need to come from the cave and immediately land on the platform and do single cake, and then immediately do a charge glide. And I just didn't have the momentum. Just turn it off, then back on. Yeah, honestly, half the time that fixes the problem. Don't know how it feels because normally I'm the super coworker. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that either. If you take pride in your work, that's an entirely separate thing. I completely understand that. Just, like, that's not my thing. I don't barely slide by at work, but, like, you know, I'm not going to be putting in, like, I stayed late at work because my boss wanted to have a discussion with me and one of the vice presidents over a project that I've been working on. And I stayed late because the VP literally couldn't get a time that worked before, like, 4 o'clock. And normally I'm out of there at 4 o'clock. I try and be there by, like, 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning. And my boss knows that, and he asked me to stay late, and I was like, yeah, sure, because I'm salaried. Long story short, I'm salaried. I'm being asked to produce things, not stay there for an hourly rate. And if that's what it takes, cool. I don't mind doing that every once in a while. Now, when it starts to become, hey, you gotta stay every night till 6 p.m., that's when I'm gonna start yelling, because I have an hour and a half drive home. I'll take it. But my boss is very understanding. My boss's boss is very understanding. Pretty much everybody, and I work in a corporate office. Everybody's pretty understanding and chill, is what I'm getting at. I need to... Hey, bud. I'm just forgetting how this level works. I'm basically just moving. This is a good thing to keep me distracted and keep my hands going, and also talk. But yeah, I need to sign up for the FE. I'm probably gonna do that in spring. Just because spring is probably like I could technically take it whenever it is this month or next month. I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that because I haven't done much with my engineering stuff in the past couple months. Well, since I graduated in like May. So I'm kind of on the fence about immediately going in to take it. Fuck's sake. I hate when you have to glide a back on these guys. When you have to do the run back on this, it's so hard to get them. There we go. I can grab that. Maybe I'll try... No, I don't want to try a credit skip twice. That was terrible. That's why I grabbed the extra life, though. You can do a wall glide there along the wall if you're good, but apparently I'm not today, so we're gonna do the basic bitch strat. But yeah, I was lucky enough to find an internship straight out of college that led into a job, and you know what? I'm happy with the job for the moment. 2 gems, again. 2 of them. But it's all good. Let's just keep moving. I'm trying to think where on earth I could have left 2 gems randomly. I'm not entirely sure if I know. Because most of the gems in this level are like 5s and 10s. I know that there's no gems up here, but give me single cake. That's what the end of single cake looks like. I did the first part, I just didn't do the ending. Oh, did I not pick up your gem? Yeah. Cool. You're good, don't doubt yourself in this game. Yeah, just go for stuff, honestly. Literally, my best run ever was the time when I pumped myself full of, like, so much adrenaline and just going. Like, not thinking about what I'm doing, just having faith that what I'm doing is the right thing to be doing in the game. People think IT is a very nuanced field, but no, half of it is just yelling at a computer and desperately trying to resist the urge to hit it with a hammer because it just won't work right. Yep. That kind of is it. As somebody who does their own... As somebody who messes with a lot of stupid programs and has to fix a lot of their own stupid mistakes, yep. IT's just kind of... Hope this works again, let me reinstall it. And if not, then we'll get into the actual issues. Did I get... Yes. Okay. That's all. I just wanted to check if I got all the gems in the homeworld because I didn't remember how many gems were in were in Dreamweaver's homeworld. Anyway, guys, we're on the final stretch. This is Delbin again. Remember the second dragon we saved in the game? He shows up here for some reason. Every dragon in this world is a repeat. So we're gonna do Nork Cove, and then it's gonna be Nork Cove, Twilight Harbor, Nasty Nork, and then Nasty's Loot, and then we're done. So that'll probably be another 15, 20 minutes. What the fuck? I have never seen that happen. That was entertaining to watch, and this is already a shit show. Rat. I felt when someone accidentally downloaded a virus onto my computer. Come on, man. And then it wouldn't turn on. Then like 15 minutes later, until it did like 15 minutes later by itself, I didn't actually lose any info. Huh. That's weird. I'm mad. Not because I died there, but because I can't get this trick and it's not that hard. Can I just glide over here? Howdy. There we go. It's not that hard, guys. I just always mess up the angle. This is Latif. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes viruses just do weird stuff. Sometimes the computer just won't turn on and then the computer will end up rebooting. Like, there's all sorts of bizarre things that happen with viruses, but they generally aren't quite as problematic as they were in, say, like the late 90s or the early 90s even. They do different things. But viruses very rarely, like, spread themselves now. People have realized that Trojans are by far the easiest way to get people. Teamwork? Fuck. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so there's a trick there called teamwork that's basically you charge that barrel, that TNT barrel that he's throwing at the same time he's, like, letting go of it. Like, at the very first frame he lets go of it. And so occasionally, well, if you do it right, on the first frame, that banded chest over there actually explodes, and you don't have to come all the way back over here to grab it. You can just grab it on the first go. Immediately uninstalled every app I had downloaded within the past month. Probably the right move. If you're running on a Windows computer, you can do Windows restore points as well. I highly recommend setting restore points every now and then. It's just a good maintenance thing to have, along with, like, cleaning up your disk drive. If it's not a solid state, you can defragment as well. You should not defragment solid state drives. For anybody who doesn't know, check if your Windows computer is making it automatically defragment, because if it is, you need to stop that if it's a solid state drive, or you're gonna make your solid state drive last less long. Man, I'm hungry now, I guess. I guess that's motivation to finish, huh? That was terrible. Also, the gem clipping into the barrel, because they didn't really code that right. Hey. I got the easy trick. I'm just terrible at this game. Tech enthusiast versus tech worker. Tech enthusiast. My whole house is smart. Tech worker. I have no technology in my house except for a printer, which I keep a gun next to in case it makes a noise I don't understand. Yeah. That really is it. Like, genuinely. That's just what it is, because, like, I personally, like, I know that my phone is gonna be, like, tracking everything. Other than that, nothing else in this house tracks me. I hate Amazon Home and Google Home, or Amazon Alexa and Google Home and all that other stuff. I don't want voice tracking anything. I have a VPN that I keep on most of the time. I run on Linux, so nothing really gets in here anyway, usually, or at least nothing cares to. Okay, I think this might actually be a problem. Did it? I hope that that registered. Because most gems in the game will register if they fall off a cliff as you collected them. But some of them don't. It did not register. That sucks. I gotta go all the way back through this level. Never did anything with IT, but it seems true. Yeah, pretty much. That's just how it is. I get spooked by technology a lot. And I'm somebody who's generally, like, very proficient with technology compared to a lot of the people I'm around. I'm not, like, you know, top of the line, but if you tell me anything about, like, programming or how an operating system works, or, like, ask me about, like, pretty much anything that's not, like, extremely low-level things, I'm probably going to be able to explain it pretty well for you. I hope that there's a 5 gem somewhere else in the level that I missed, because otherwise, yeah, this isn't good. Also, I'm really low on lives, so I might just die here anyway. Yeah, this is not good. Okay, I might have just missed some gems elsewhere in the level. That may have just been a coincidence that I happened to miss, like, 4 random gems elsewhere in the level. Hopefully. I've never gone backwards that way. I wasn't sure if that jump was going to work. I'm hoping that that was a coincidence. The tech singularity spooked you. Yeah, that's fair. The tech singularity is definitely a spooky idea. Did I, like, not pick up your gem or something? No. I don't care how long this takes at this point. This is basically just a fun run. Okay. We're good. It's not a soft lock. It wouldn't be a soft lock. I just have to exit the level and come back in to get the gem to respawn, hopefully. Ugh. But yeah, I mean, we were talking about challenge runs earlier. If you want challenge runs, go check out Deo. Oh, fuck. I'm a goddamn idiot. Okay. I gotta go through the exit level portal to get the dragon head to open back up. That's my bad, because I was running back through the level. I was already at the beginning of the level. You know what? Since we're here, let's try a little trick. We'll try a couple little tricks to see if I can get through here. I'm sorry. I think I misattributed names there. TN Teamwork might be the trick that I'm trying to pull off now. See this rat? Okay, that didn't work. You can get stuck between the rat and the wall. And it, like, yoinks you up. Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time, and then we're just gonna go through the level normally. Nope. I fucked up. That could have worked. I messed it up. Don't ask me how I didn't get hit by the explosion there. Because I don't know. You fucking moron. Ganasty Ganor. There is something interesting about this game's style for the cutscene. The few cutscenes it does have. It's very much set up like a TV show, basically. Ow! Are you kidding me? I am so done with this level. I'm just trying to exist, man. Leave me alone. What was another game I was thinking about? Oh, right, I watched somebody speedrun Brutal Legend yesterday, which is a game that I thoroughly enjoyed when I was playing it. I'm a fan of old school heavy metal, and that game just kind of scratches that itch like not really anything else ever has, or probably ever will for a while, unless we get like Brutal Legend 2 or something. But that game is just, it's so bizarre, man. Game released in 2009, or 2000, I want to say it was 2009. It stars Ozzy Osbourne, well, it stars a bunch of metal singers and like significant figures from metal, from like old school metal history. The main character is voiced by Jack Black. Yeah, for some reason the name Nasty Nork became a meme with my friends. I mean, it's a funny name. Ganasty Ganork. Okay, so this is going to take significantly longer than I thought it was. Do I remember how to play Twilight Harbor? No, but we're going to figure it out. I think I've got 2 lives, and that's just enough for me to be able to do the level properly with the strats that I know. Alright. Game in a series you like. This is a good start. Game in a series that you like, that people consider to be the best, that you've never completed. Oh, that's a good question. I barely remember a game series that I'm interested in, if I'm being completely honest. Jesus, this is a terrible start. I'm taking a death. That was fucking abysmal. This level is hard, but it's not that hard. You know? That's a good question, though. Devil May Cry 3. People do think Devil May Cry 3 is generally the best game in the series, although 5 is definitely a runner-up for that. But we're playing Devil May Cry 3 on Fridays, so that'll be done soon. I might see if I can sneak in another stream this week if I have nothing else to do this week. Also, they fire the... do you like the guys with the guns firing Doritos in this game? Because that's what they are. They're supposed to be bullets, but they just look like Doritos. But yeah, I'm very excited to finish playing through Devil May Cry 3 and 4, and just finish playing through the series in general. Can I remember how these dudes work? No, apparently not. Definitely not the best, but Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. That's honestly... Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is a good game if you realize that it isn't a Banjo-Kazooie game. It's a fun game. I like it. It's a little bit sparse and it's got some issues, but like it's not a terrible game by any means. Mario 3 and A Link to the Past. Mario 3 is a hard goddamn game. I don't blame you for not beating it. I haven't beaten it. I've owned the game since I was like 3. I think the Banjo series got worse over time. Yeah, after Banjo-Tooie, everything did start going downhill. They wanted to do more Banjo-Kazooie games, but then Rareware, like, there was just issues. There was a lot of issues. I haven't played almost any Legend of Zelda game. I have not beaten Ocarina of Time. I basically only played, the only game that I've quote-unquote completed, I technically didn't beat Ganon, but I basically did. The file got weird. Like something corrupted my file, but I was basically at Ganon and getting ready to beat him. I've played Breath of the Wild, I've beaten Breath of the Wild, and I've beaten Four Swords Adventures, and I think those are the only 2 Zelda games that I have beaten. In fact, those might be the only 2 Zelda games that I've played seriously. Which is kind of sad. Oh, fuck. I'm an idiot. Why did I do that? God damn it. It's fine. Banjo 1 was good. Banjo 2 was still really fun, but more backtracking, and Nuts and Bolts is... Yeah, Nuts and Bolts is sort of eh. I was talking about earlier Ukulele, and how that tried to keep that same, like, style as Banjo-Kazooie, and it kind of just fell flat on its face. From what I can tell, like, I can't tell... Because I haven't played the game myself, so I can't tell if just, like, there's problems with the game itself, or if people are just tired of the mascot platformer. And, like, trying to reboot that. I can't tell. Because people want to relive their nostalgia, obviously, but they also have rose-tinted goggles for a lot of that nostalgia. And so there's a certain point where you gotta realize that the series that you did enjoy when you were a kid just aren't quite as fun anymore for you now. There's a nostalgia factor to everything, you know? Hey, Mike, what's up? Just came from doing homework. Welcome back. Hope homework went okay. We're just about to finish up here. We've got 2 more levels, and that's about all I gotta say right now. We're just talking. Right into the urine water. DK64 was a collectathon singularity. Yeah, it really was. I really want to play DK64, but I don't have an N64. Generally, one of my favorite games is like the is F-Zero X, and I've never played it. Well, no. I had a neighbor who owned an N64, and he let me play it for a little while, and I enjoyed it, even though I didn't really understand it at the time. But I've never played it on a console. I don't own an N64. So I'm missing out on some games in that aspect, but I have emulated some of them. I do actually own copies of the games, weirdly enough, because I don't like leaving collectors stuff like that. This is not the route, but that's fine. Anyway, welcome to Nasty Nork. This is the final boss for the game. I say final boss loosely because, yeah. He just kind of sits there. He has 2 hit points, quote-unquote hit points. You hit him twice. The whole fight is scripted. Let me just show you. I still gotta go get the gems. Grabbing early thief is always fun, though. You can trick the thief into thinking that you're coming from the other way, and then he just runs directly into you. Yeah, DK64, back when I was a kid, I got Mario Kart 7, it looks super clean, then you look at it now, and it's a low-resolution game. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So this is the hard part, and I've got an itch on my nose right now at the worst possible time. I'm not going to catch up with Nasty and get the 1 cycle here, I don't think. Definitely not now. If you don't flub anything, there is a chance you can catch up to Nasty if you're quick. But I'm not that good at this game's movement still. It's been a long time. We're a little rusty. But I'm glad to be playing on something that has 0 lag now, honestly, because that genuinely... Playing on an emulator is the worst. Okay, when you're playing this game on speedrunning on an emulator... Some emulators, they're fine. Some games on emulator are perfectly fine to speedrun. This game kind of sucks because of the amount of inputs that you're doing, and you're only inputting them once. You're not, like, mashing a button waiting for something to happen. Which means a lot of inputs tend to get eaten by the emulator. And in this game, that's basically entirely based off of precise movements. It kind of sucks when your movement gets eaten. F-Zero for the GameCube was wild. F-Zero GX is such a fun game, man. It is one of my favorite games. I own it. I can play it. We've played it. If you look back through the channel backlog, there are some F-Zero GX videos with me and my buddy Richard. I might see if I can invite Richard over and we could play some again. Because it's been a while. The last thing I had him over for was when we were playing... Okay, no. I'm doing this right. We're gonna try credit skip. Ah, wrong proxy. I can go for it again. Nope. Wrong proxy. Bye Nasty. So is there any way to turn off auto emojis when you type a face? I honestly don't know. I don't normally look at streams on YouTube, admittedly. I stream on YouTube, but I don't normally catch a ton of streams on YouTube that I actually enjoy.
What about
So now we've got credits, which is about 3 minutes, and then we can go to Nasty's Loot, which is about another 2 to 3 minutes, probably, maybe 4. But yeah, F-Zero GX is a genuinely good game, and I wouldn't mind playing that on stream again. I'd say the sky's the limit. By the way, this dude was Spyro is voiced by Carlos Alazraqui. Some of you might recognize that name as the dude who played the Taco Bell Chihuahua for the Yokiero Taco Bell commercials back in the 90s. 3DS games do look quite good considering the hardware, yeah. I agree. They look very good. See, Mike's doing it. He's typing smiley faces. I don't know, Mike, you tell Baylor. I genuinely don't know. You can do the smiley face thing, yeah. That always comes off as mildly intimidating to me. Like you're trying to hide something, or you're like, you have a secret that you don't want to talk about. Just vibing with the music. This is what happens. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's only on PC. It feels like something. I feel like that might be something in your phone settings or the settings for the app. Like outside the app, like in the operating system. I'm not entirely sure. Best Taco Bell ad. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That's the same dude who voices Spyro in this game. Although in Spyro 2 and 3, he's replaced by Tom Kenny, who voices a lot of the dragons in this game. Stuart Copeland. Shout out to Stuart Copeland. Jeff Seitz. That's my boy. I can't even pronounce that right now. Taco Bell is delicious. I honestly kind of want to go get some Taco Bell. I'm tempted. I'm real tempted. Jamie Alcroft. By the way, the Japanese localization of this game is very bizarre. It's one of the few games that just has a very, very different Japanese localization. The camera's different. There's no level fly-ins. It just teleports you into the level and like warps you in. PC, but my phone is an Android. Yeah. I'm waiting for one specific dude to show up, but we might have missed them. The Adroid. Yeah. I might grab Taco Bell on the way over to my friend's house, genuinely. Because at this rate, it's already going to be like 1:40-ish by the time I finish streaming. I'm basically going to finish this run and then stop. So, this is like the last little bit. If y'all want to talk about anything, this is the time to talk about it. I also need to see... if anybody who's not subscribed is in the chat right now, and this is a weird thing to ask, but if anybody who's not subscribed is in the chat right now, if you can just... if you can just subscribe so I can see if my alerts are even going off, because I haven't had an alert go off in like weeks. What am I? 4 gems in Nasty Nork. Yeah, you look like a serial killer. It's funny that we've made context for emojis and text. 5-layer burrito, no sour cream is amazing. I usually go for the chalupa. I usually go for the, or not the chalupa, the, cheesy, no, not cheesy gordita. I literally can't remember the name now. I'm too hungry to remember things. So I gotta, oh, this could be bad. Maybe if I go beat Nasty again. You remember how I said this run was gonna be over in like 4 minutes? It might just be over now because I don't feel like doing Nasty. Wait, I'm missing gems somewhere. Where on earth did I miss gems? 1 gem in Magic Crafters. Okay, I'm not doing this shit today. Sorry, guys. I'm not doing this. Fucking, this is the worst run I've done in literally years. So anyway, like I was saying, this is gonna be over now because I need to go get ready to, I need to go clean off my truck and get ready to work. Hey, there you go. You found something that works there. So, I appreciate you guys sticking around. Tom Kenny, Sponge Robert, Tom Kenny. Yeah, same dude. But, anyway, sorry to just cut the run off like that, but I'm not doing this shit today. I got other things I need to go do. That was just abysmal. I don't know how I missed all of that in that run. Just sloppy. Rip run. I mean, I wasn't timing it or anything. I'm more just mad at myself because I know how to do better than that. I just haven't. Yeah, we had fun and that's what matters. I don't really care that much. It's like mild saltiness, but that's all I can really say about it. So anyway, with that being said, you guys, I gotta get going. You guys, I hope you had a good time with stream. I hope you had a good day, a good week. I hope you have a good week going forward. Take care of yourselves. Make sure you drink some water. Hydrate. I realized I didn't take a break this stream, but I have been hydrating. Take a break. Stop looking at the phone screen. Hydrate. Get yourself something to eat. Take care of yourself. Remember that if something's going south, if you feel terrible and like, you know, shit's going on, just remember that it ain't gonna be that way forever. Okay? It's all good. And if you want to join the community and be notified when I'm going live, feel free to hit the Linktree description, or links. Feel free to hit the Linktree in the description down in the description, and we'll catch you next time. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and we'll take you guys later. Very few streamers keep me entertained like this. Hey man, I'm happy to entertain. I'm just glad people are enjoying it.